We forgot to level up too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, given how you guys always bug me about how much you want to level up in Sons of Damerhal, I thought you would be more on top of it in Pathfinder.
You'd think.
I think it's because there's more complicated like nuances to leveling up in Pathfinder, to be fair.
So it's like you procrastinate on the easy homework situation, or
Well, I mean,
Also,
no,
I
like
think
with
both of
5e,
them
when we
missed
level
it
up,
'cause
I
they
can
were-
get it. I can get it
Dude,
done.
I don't know what you're talking about. Leveling up a Pathfinder character is not the easy homework.
No.
yeah, I guess you're right. But
Yeah,
I
5e,
still,
I level up.
I still
in,
find
like,
it funny.
Yeah, I level up in 2 minutes after we level up in 5e because you don't really choose anything when you level up unless you get like an ability score or a feat.
Or you play like Cope does.
Yeah, I mean, even with me, I multi-class a little bit, but once you choose your subclasses for the multi-class, you don't really choose much else. That's really my only gripe I think I have with 5e is things kind of get samey if you play the same class, even if you play different subclasses.
Mhm.
But again, that's really my only big gripe about it. I like the
Yeah.
fact that it's really easy to drop in and out of a 5e game and not have to heavily involved with all the details sometimes.
I think sometimes is what it felt like, especially after I'd gone back and said like first and second edition. They're trying to like strike a balance between second and third edition levels, because like in first and second edition, classes were like barely a thing. I mean, they were a thing, but they weren't ever supposed to be involved with multiple choices. You just got your stuff and you went out the door, and everything else was character stuff. Which is, I'm not saying well, there's a right or a wrong way. I'm just saying I think the edition landed somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Which isn't so bad, except for now they're like really like simplifying the race choices to be like practically nothing.
Yeah.
So now you have even less choices, so it's really feeling kind of bland lately.
Mm-hmm.
Which, when they release, 5.5 or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
If they expand the background choices rather than like minimize the race choices, that'll be fine. I don't really care about that, but it's just the fact that they're taking away so much, and then you want to you can make whatever class or whatever race you want now, and you just get a couple of ability scores and you get a feat, and that's how you make a race now.
If the playtests are anything to go by, it looks like they're making ability score bonuses attached to backgrounds, which are, I guess, whatever.
Yeah. I'm kind of about some of it, but they do them, and if it doesn't seem like something I want to play, I just don't have to play it.
We're not racist. I promise we're not racist. When we made the monkey people, it was a joke, guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that debacle of everyone started calling him out for being racist for making monkey people.
Yeah, that's what makes everything so hollow about it for me.
Well, I mean, not only did they make monkey people, they made them monkey people, but their whole like description of how they are.
Do not get me wrong. If it were just monkey people, there'd be no problem.
It's all the other details about the monkey people.
The fact that the monkey people are an enslaved race, whatever, prone to violence or whatever they wrote in there, I don't remember it all.
Yeah, it was bad.
Failed. I have the original copy in physical, and it was failed super soldier program and a predilection towards pranks and humor.
Mm-hmm.
So, sure.
It's okay. They made space hippos that were basically just the Goliaths. So
yeah.
Let's not keep getting into that. We're here to play Pathfinder this week.
So I happened picked up and started reading through the Dragonlance adventure, and that's pretty good so far.
I love Dragonlance. That was like one of my first introductions to D&D.
It's very enjoyable because they're playing the setting very straight. Like in the character creation, they're like, you're a dwarf, a human, an elf, a half-elf, a gnome, or a kinder. Those are your options.
Mm-hmm. I don't think they have clerics in this one, because I know back in the day they didn't originally have clerics.
They do have clerics, but it is taking part in the timeline where the gods of good are just returning, so they intentionally make it like a plot point that your character has divine powers, which is going to blow everyone's minds.
Yeah,
it's like a very deliberate plot point, which is gold star.
Yep. And then I know. I just remember I read the first Dragonlance books a long time ago, and then I went from there to reading the books about the twins.
Yeah.
And then just kind of that's basically how I learned about what D&D was.
Mhm.
And then years later, I'm like, I'm gonna try playing D&D because I remember Dragonlance, and that seemed like a fun time.
Yeah, I read Dragonlance long before I knew it was a D&D thing.
Same, but by the time I finished it, I'm like, why is this so good? And then like they had a blurb at the end of one of the books about how it started as like a D&D game with a bunch of writers.
Mhm.
I'm like, what the hell is D&D? And then I asked some people because it was before you could look things up on a computer.
Yeah.
And they told me what it was, and I'm like, oh, this sounds cool. And then
I
and then like a couple minutes later, someone was talking about how it was evil. But
Yeah, well, of course. Yeah, I hate to call it standard fantasy because I don't like that. I mean, it's fantasy; it's all fantastical, but it's definitely played at least so far from what I've read. It's played more straight than a lot of other stuff usually takes it.
And it's less high fantasy than most of the other.
Yes,
most of the other ones they've introduced have been very high fantasy or Eberron.
Right, exactly. And you go to a village at the very start, and basically they say in the gazetteer, they're like, unless we specify that this character is something else, they're human. That's just how it is here.
Yeah. Well, with Dragonlance, it's very prevalent human. There's like there's only like 2 cities. Yeah, and it's like 2 cities that are elven in like the books when I remember reading them, and then the rest of all the elves kind of kept to those 2 areas most of the time.
Yeah, 2 cities of high elves, some wood elves that live in a forest, and one of those high elven cities done got exploded.
Yep. But anyway, last time we played, which was a long time ago, you made your way through the wing here, which known as the Ravenous Crypts, that you character-wise wouldn't know the name of, but making your way through, you fought through some mummies, a golem, a crazed human-hating monster of an undead creature, and then finally coming across a lich after fighting through some more mummies, who then proceeded to try to destroy you all. He didn't talk so much last time as I was not my best self that week, but instead he got to introduce to the fucking Devourer that he summoned, which Reesh now has a staff of. You found his phylactery inside this room with 3 coffins.
Hey, you thought we'd forget over the break? It's the fucking Devourer, bitch!
I just wanted to put that's the sound effect that the Devourer staff made. And everyone's like, what break?
There you go.
Asked. What are you talking
but
about?
yeah, you managed to instead of going into the chamber that had a pulse of negative energy that kind of hit every couple rounds, Pledrum just stood outside with his adamantine loot and just kept chucking it into the room to smash it and have it return and chug it, smash, chuck it, smash. Eventually, the trap was broken as well as the phylactery. You found a hoard of treasure, 10,000 gold pieces and jewels, gems, fine linens, an ever-smoking bottle, another golem bane scarab, and more spell books for your resident lizard wizard. In addition, you also got his staff, which I think I already told you what it was. Just double checking.
Hungry Shadows.
Yep, Staff of Hungry Shadows. Otherwise, he didn't seem to have much else on him personally. But yeah, you all were just finished healing up as well, I think. And I will actually bring up the turn order because there is more places to explore around here if you wish, but you don't have to. You can choose to leave this wing now if you want.
Let's make sure we clear out this whole place. We don't want to miss anything.
Agreed. Yeah, especially since this one doesn't have an unwelcome map. Some of the people we left breathing might come in and take the things that we wanted to take.
Hey, now the only ones you've left alive so far are the demons.
Hey guys, I got to AFK for a minute. I'll be back.
How dare he? That's okay. He's gonna have to suffer through my bad initiative roll for him. Where's his character?
What a bastard.
Oh, well rolled well. Joke's on him, I guess.
Pledrum scratches his head. It seems, though no time has passed, I've completely forgotten the layout of this dungeon. There must be some sort of psychic tomfoolery afoot.
Boom. I think it. Oh yeah, this is because this map for some reason is acting very fucky since this game was made before they'd made some changes to their dynamic lighting. If I have it enabled where you can have the rooms mapped out, it reveals the entire map for some reason in this one. I cannot get it to fix. But we will go ahead and skip a manual. He's probably going to hang to the back anyway. Yes, and it has to be an obnoxious laugh track like Big Bang Theory.
Don't make me think about that show any more than I have to.
I think Cope's a fan, so it's good that he's gone.
Yep.
But I think he can still hear us. I think he has like headphones or something. So
It's okay. He doesn't have to talk about it anymore. He can just watch Young Sheldon. But yes, Gork, if you would like to lead us off in the turn order, or if you guys wish to talk about anything, I'm not sure what you
I
guys
assume
want
we're
to do.
done in this room, so I'm just going to start heading out. Be at the front of the pack.
All right, did I miss anything game changing?
Only
I rolled your initiative for you, and I rolled really well. So
we were wondering your opinion on Young Sheldon.
Never seen it.
Who knew you liked me? We were really sitting on edge wondering.
Yeah, my hypocrisy only goes so far.
I'm glad it's self-aware hypocrisy.
this whole conga line behind Gork and his stubby bare legs.
Or is the tradition of D&D. Form an orderly conga line down the 5-foot passage.
Yeah, there's also
Until it
the
betrays you with a lightning.
wizard compared to fighter leading the way.
Well, we got a fighty wizard. You can take a couple hits. You're a lizard. You don't feel pain. I read that in a book, I think.
Loki, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, it's your turn.
It's
Okay.
chicken and fish you're thinking of.
No, I heard you can cut your head off and it'll grow back 2 days later or something.
Oh, that was fantastic.
30
Thank you.
there. I'll double move. All right, I'll stop there and just wait till the conga line continues.
Okay, Pledrum, if you wish to proceed down the conga. Conga.
All right.
Where are we?
We're in the... What wing are we in again?
You are in the known famously as the Ravenous Crypts. It is the gluttonous wing of the Runeforge.
All right, so I'm just going to line up behind Afixa here.
I imagine Lucilla's going to line up as well. If we want to just go ahead and move her and continue on.
Was this the wing where we had the big fight, or is this the new wing?
This is the old wing where you had to fight against the necromancer and stuff. You haven't fully explored the wing, so which is why I didn't,
Okay, this is the little hall. We were down here where he was shooting at us. And
when it gets to the points where I can remember which places you guys have gone, because I know the map doesn't reveal the places you've explored or not yet.
Yeah.
While you were gone, I explained that for some reason this map is being really fucky, and if I do that, you guys see the entire map, and I can't change it for some reason.
That's cool. That makes sense. That's why I can't see where we has been.
But when you get to points that you haven't been to, I can let you know.
Okay, I assume my bear is out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll just move up one.
Gotcha.
Like an idiot, I cleared all my spells to level up. But that's okay. I'll assume they've worn off.
We did spend a fair amount of time. And
Yeah, I'll just leave on the long stuff like Bark Scan.
Okay. Gombo, if you'd like to move Gork wherever you would like.
Did we ever finish exploring the southern section of this hallway?
You did. It ended in a dead end.
All right.
I will tell you, when you get into this room, you haven't explored north past this door yet.
All right. I'll use all my movement just to get there.
I will tell you that doorway, and there's another doorway in that T section in the middle of the map that you hadn't gone north towards yet. But those are the only two places you haven't really explored yet. Resharding move to fix
Let's
that.
split the party and do it faster.
You said we've already ventured south?
Yes.
And explored there? Okay.
You went down, and it just leads into a dead end.
All right. So I think that's 30, so double move. All right.
Right. Look around this corner. They went left, right?
If you like, I can just say that I can move all three of you that are still down there.
Yeah, just
And that way, because you guys are all just going to go to the same room before you go in.
cool.
Yep.
So we'll go like that and go back to Gork's turn.
She'll be clearing out the dungeon when she comes.
I'm
Just trying to
cast
make it a little
gravity
easier
bow.
for you.
Put it back up.
I kick open the door.
I mean, God, have you ever heard of knocking?
No.
You open the door, and you can vaguely make out the desiccated body, or desecrated body, on a slab in the middle of the room up ahead.
Gosh, you can't think someone in one of these chambers could hire like a maid or a housekeeper. Every room we run into is so crusty and gross.
Yeah, Gork, as you enter this room, bookshelf-lined walls contain large collection of tomes, manuals, scrolls, as well as jars of fluid which float humanoid organs and bits of flesh, which you see a dissected humanoid torso sits atop the room's stone table. Despite the fact that the picture has a full body, it's technically supposed to be just a torso.
Perception for traps.
Perception doesn't look like there's any traps. It doesn't look like the thing's going to come alive at you. With that perception, you'd probably be able to see some kind of movement, even being undead.
Right.
You do notice that some of the books in this room do seem to be illusions.
Interesting. Well, I'll step in, and that'll be all for my turn.
Gotcha. Reesh?
People can still get past me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go, you're blocking up the hallway. What are you doing?
a sort of perception roll. Like to,
Yeah, you can roll perception. Are you looking for anything in particular?
curious about this table and corpse.
Gotcha.
But also the books, but first the table.
Well, that's a good roll. It definitely looks like some kind of like dissection, like laboratory kind of situation. It looks like this room has been used quite often for stitching together of corpses. You see different parts of bodies have been preserved in jars that the necromancers could use to take bits and pieces for to rebuild whatever they need. Looks like it's been relatively unused until recent times. Probably from the slur of new bodies that you saw in the room on your way in here. Let me see. There is a contraption. Hold on a second.
A contraption, you say? Pray tell.
Hold on.
Oh, this is where he came to play with all the corpses.
Very anticlimactic contraption.
Sorry, I was talking to my wife.
You're good.
It's not like a very ornate contraption. It's just basically a device that has many different lenses and magnifications, like almost like something you would wear on your head, like old timey doctors would use to like zoom in with like different lenses, but it's like attached to the table. Then there's the books around the room that you see. There are some that seem to be illusionary for some purpose or another.
I'm sorry, Richard. The only thing I could think of is, have you ever been to like the eye doctor, the fucking machine they put over your head?
I mean, kind of.
What looks better, 1 or 2?
I mean, you say that, but it's not too far from what this device is supposed to be.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
It's like a fantasy version of one of those.
Some sort of.
Make sure your zombies have good eyesight.
That is true. You never know where.
Number 1 or number 2? Okay, number 1 or number 2? Okay, now between number 1 and number 3.
Throw out line 3 for me. Yeah.
He gets up and starts walking because he wants to go eat the people in the house far away.
We don't have to act on initiative right now since you're just kind of exploring this room right now. Reesh, if you want to take the time to examine with that 41, with some simple detect magic and such, there is a single book that detects this magic. The illusion spells are just basic minor illusions that have been made permanent. The rest of them are just a bunch of different parchments dictating like when he preserved what pieces and stuff. Very detailed. Very detailed oriented.
Could be interesting to look through the notes, but I wish to continue elsewhere.
Yeah. Go ahead and make me a spellcraft for Reese if you're going to examine that one book that detected his magic. 41 again. Damn. So this isn't like a very profound like spell book or anything. What it is a as you open it up, you see like what almost looks like a book index on the front. As you examine it, you touch one of the lines and it lights up. And you turn the pages and it fills the book page by page with more details of basically what you touch on the index. It is essentially a book of many different books in one. What it does mechanically is it provides you a +5 knowledge arcana and knowledge religion regarding necromancy and undead creatures. It's literally a book of the dead.
So he had another book to go in Reish's giant book bag.
Mm-hmm. Was it Arcana and
Religion when it comes to checks regarding necromancy and undead. Let's see. You do as you're looking through, I'll go ahead and give you this as well. You determine that part of the reason the Ravenous Crypts are here during the end of the whatever event that caused the fall of Thassalon. A message was sent to this section from Runelord Zutha, tasking the Ravenous Crypts with the development of him to retreat from the world into stasis should Thassalon come to a sudden end. He asked his agents to develop a way to split his phylactery, a book known as the Gluttonous Tomb, into 3 pieces, which could then be hidden in the world far from Thassalon. And then after the dust was settled, the fragments could be brought together and return him to rule over whatever was left. Though it seems like they either didn't detail if they succeeded or things happened and the world went to shit before they could finish their research.
And that was just in the notes.
Yes.
He's really had this all planned out.
This isn't Torzog was on pride, but he wasn't gluttony either.
Is there any indication what happened to Thessalon?
No, it doesn't tell of what happened. A lot of the information here is all pre-fall of Thessalon.
Gotcha.
Well, potentially another Runelord coming back. Which, we kind of know since there's like 2 other APs, but in character.
Yay.
But that's
Really?
all the information.
Runelord guys.
I think at some point the world would start functioning on like DC Comics rules where they say this person died and everyone's like, give it a couple years, let's see if it sticks.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a plot point to at least one AP.
I'm sure it is.
That's a plot point in one comic arc, too. Which was both hilarious and brilliant.
Yep.
Hey guys, some stuff's going down. I need to take like 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll get a snack in the meantime.
Put out whatever fire it is.
Hopefully not the
Especially
tree.
if it's actually a fire.
Horrible subject of nature has decided to hunt you down this time.
Turns out the tree was protected by a dryad and she sicked her Wendigo boyfriend on him.
I had a tree fall in my car one time. Completely totaled it. Did I tell you all
Do
that?
that? No, I don't believe so, but
I'll say
These
that
happens.
for Richard. He'll enjoy it.
this happens. Trees just stand there menacingly for years and then they fall on things.
Yeah, it wasn't even raining
It's
or
your ambush
cold.
predator.
There was no snow. Like, it was a beautiful day, and we were going to work, like, do yard work. And I was standing there pointing out the window to my wife, showing my wife what I was going to do in the yard. And then we heard, and my truck exploded.
I'm telling you, dude, they're our only natural predator. That's why we elected. That's why we elected a guy here that survived a tree attack.
Do you think the squirrels control them?
Of course.
No, I think the trees control the squirrels. I think it's like a situation, like they're like the home base, like the mothership, and they send out the squirrels for reconnaissance.
What
Turns
about
out
the
the squirrel
crows?
is just a really advanced acorn.
How did the crows come into it, though?
Well, the crows are in a completely different faction. Okay,
It's
They're
a third
merc-
faction. Yes.
They're a mercenary force at worst.
we're talking about corvids.
They play both sides. We know this.
I rewatched that Rick and Morty the other day. I greatly enjoyed that one, given all of Gombo's love of the
Yeah.
Did you episode on crows and Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Rick
do
and
that.
Two Crows! There are like 4 episodes on it.
Okay, I'm back. There's 4 episodes on what?
Rick replacing Morty with 2 crows.
Yeah,
I love that episode.
from an evolutionary perspective, it's very interesting because most birds are very stupid. The crows have convergently evolved a neocortex. They just don't call it that. It's something else, and it's evolved from a different part of the brain, but it serves the same purpose. So that's why they're the smartest birds. Most birds are very dumb, or at least the simplified version I
I
heard.
would say I've seen
you
some
gotta
pictures.
watch that
I know
episode.
they're dumb.
I just love the one line from that episode where Morty says, "You're just trying to make me feel worthless," and says, "No, I'm not. I'm telling you exactly what your worth is. The equivalency of 2 crows."
All right. So Richard's back.
Yes,
I like when the crows see that and they're like, "Oh, we see what you're trying to do."
All right, let's rise these Runelords, bitch.
So, other than that, there's not really much left in this room. If you'd like, instead of going off the initiative, I can move you into that T section before we begin the initiative again.
Yeah, I was thinking that was the last little bit, and
Let's do that.
we can see how big the map is, but...
Oh no, Gork, you're falling.
Woo!
Could be anything behind the door.
Could even be a boat.
Yes.
Trying to remember. Did I search below last time? I thought I did.
You look below. It just ends in a heap of bones.
Okay, that's right.
And you did seem to sense a very ominous evil aura behind this door, which you guys avoided at the moment when you saw it. Because you did some detecting of evil and all that.
How am I doing as far as my my angelic aspect and my
anything that was 10 minutes or something per level would still be up. Anything less than that would be gone.
Okay. I think in that case, I'll go ahead and cast Bless Weapon again.
Gotcha.
And just move up to the door.
Okay. Are you going to open it?
No, not at this point.
Okay. Go ahead and go to Pledrum then.
All right. I will follow up behind, but leave room for Gork or someone else if they want to get up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to do right now.
Smells good.
Emmanuel.
Already put gravity bow back up.
Okay, so you're going to just chill there?
Just waiting for Gork to get up there and pop the door.
That's what I do.
Are you going to open the door?
Yes.
As you
Oh my
open
God,
this,
they have a Hydron Collider.
as you open this room, the walls of this room have been plated in iron, each plate of which bears a single rune that looks like an upside-down hooked U shape. What appear to be two 10-foot tall smooth crystal pylons stand in the middle of the room, with a rippling curtain of blackness shimmering between these crystals. On the opposite side of each crystal, strange tendrils of black energy, almost like reverse lightning, crackles in extremely slow motion, extend out from the crystals into spheres of rolling blackness in the circular caverns to the left and right of the entrance. And the air in the room is, if you've ever felt negative degree temperatures, it's like probably like negative 60 degrees in this room.
I've definitely never felt that, so I'll use my imagination.
If you felt any negative, it's very cold.
The liquid on your eyeballs begins freezing if you don't blink frequently enough.
Yep.
If you're prone to dry skin, your skin would be cracking and blood would be leaking out within a couple minutes.
Yeah.
My eyes are in severe pain thinking about this. Can we move along?
No, I was at negative 40 for a couple of months, and I remember the pain of just because I have really dry skin,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, my whole body would just ache just stepping out into the weather.
Somewhere between negative 10 and negative 15 is when it starts just hurting to be outside. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I live, I don't know, not with the fucking penguins.
Hey, I was in fucking Nebraska. I lived with the corn, and I still felt that.
We got like negative 10 in Georgia the other day. It killed everything in my backyard, by the way.
I believe it.
Yep.
New Year's Eve, we had a horrible windstorm here in California, and that's what knocked down that tree of mine.
It was maybe -1 degree when we had the big freeze in Texas, where I live. That's, I think,
Like
maybe
a year or two ago.
Yeah, when all the power went out.
Yeah, it got down to the higher 20s here in California, which, where I live in California, that's pretty fucking cold because we're right next to like a river and shit. It usually doesn't get that cold. Still not as cold as I've been though.
Thursday before Christmas, did a full shift working outside, -25.
Gotta love that.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's how you know you live too far up. So you got to come down
Did they provide you an igloo?
to find where humans are.
No. We did have a space heater by the locker, and we all suited up like we were doing deep sea diving.
I mean,
That's
do your
your
people get the opportunity to migrate during the summers to warmer lands?
No, we're
Yeah.
not weak bitches.
that feeling of pain when you walk outside. It's actually your body telling you to move.
Yeah.
Or else where it's not
Better
as
than
cold.
it, and it's less calories than a cup of coffee.
So do y'all do it for like the elk migration? Is that what you're there for?
To be fair, the only reason I suffered so much when I was in that negative weather is because I wasn't prepared for it when I moved there. I didn't know it was going to be that cold, so I didn't have layers. I had a sweater when I moved there.
Oof. Yep.
Ooh.
It's a layers game.
Yeah, you need like an under layer, then your normal layer, then a layer on top of that, and then you need an overcoat, and then you need an overcoat for your overcoat.
Doesn't matter how good the materials are, you still want to stack those layers.
Yep. Anyway.
Mhm. He's
Anyway,
cold
this
and
looks
bad.
like some
That's a
nerd
big-
shit, so let's send reshin.
It's a big fuck you energy thing in the middle of
Hey,
the
Raish, there's like a laser or something.
You do, I think, still have a little bit more action. But if you want to wait, I'll roll perceptions and/or spellcrafts or something.
I will wait.
You don't want to go stick your head in that? See how it makes your brain feel?
I've got enough wisdom to know that's not a good idea.
I guess I'll move up and want me to roll anything.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception to start with. 27.
Very good one.
Perceived danger.
Yeah, it's a 3 on the dice.
Yeah. So looking around, you don't really see too much other than the obvious things, like as Gombo described, a evil hadron collider. You do notice that there is an alcove that's kind of built into the wall. Like I imagine, since you know are in combat, you'd probably be sharing the areas where Affix and Gork are. Over to the western side, going down halfway through this path of like slow motion lightning, there seems to be a partially exposed alcove with something inside of it. Other than that, looking around, you see that without having to even make a spellcraft roll, this is definitely negative energy that's being infused into this. But you don't really see anything else out of the ordinary.
Nothing out of the ordinary, just an infinite source.
As soon as I said that, I'm like, that seems like a wrong turn of phrase.
Just a giant laser of the essence of unlife.
Yeah.
So we found the first fantasy McDonald's.
If you want to know anything more about it, you can roll a knowledge planes.
Okay. Not my best skill, but hey.
That's a pretty good roll.
Mm-hmm.
So this conduit is channeling energy from the negative energy plane to infuse the very walls of this whole wing. You imagine that might be why when the Lich had damaged the walls and it summoned wraiths, has something to do with this thing.
And would probably strengthen any undead given the negative energy plane
Yes.
and all that.
All the undead have certain benefits because this thing has been here.
Is there anything to do with this? Do we destroy it? Do we leave it be? Is it worth investigating further?
If you'll let me, I guess I'll take another 10 feet into the actual room. Yeah, I would like to investigate. He's definitely powerful magic. But at the same time, if more wraiths come, if aren't just created or summoned by Leech, could be a problem. Of course, could also just be siphon energy, no thing able to come through.
Don't cross the streams.
As the streams cross eternally behind Rish. It looks like it goes from a thingy over here to the crystal, and then from a thingy over here to the crystal.
I probably explained it a little bit poorly. The energy that goes into these seems to come from the crystals rather than go into the crystal. This is like a tear in reality that is in between these crystals, and it emanates energies out the sides of them.
Yeah, I guess I'll spend a couple rounds studying it just to see if I can discern anything about it. Was there anything in the notes the one guy had made?
Yeah, if you take the time to like look through the notes and books and stuff, and this is a portal that has been just very lightly opened, so like, things can't get into it. But it allows energy from the negative energy plane to be suffused into the walls of the runeforge. At least this wing of it. It is considered very harmful for anything that is not either suffused with energy from the plane or undead itself. It has been used as a protective situation for the whole chamber, so people couldn't just like use magic to warp the walls to get through or warp the doors. Like, I was waiting for one of you to try to use a magic to both blow open a door, but no one ever did. So,
well, they haven't been stuck yet. So,
the crystal pylons themselves seem highly infused with negative energy to the point of you do notice in the books it talks about how they need to keep them away from anything that can be considered positive energy, as it could disrupt the flow and cause damage to the mechanics of the magics.
Fixa, that sounds like a job for, or it's not a. Oh yeah, Fixa. I don't know whose name I thought it was saying. Yeah, Fixa, that sounds like a job for you. You can do positive energy, disrupt the flow, cross the streams, whatever.
Also, Reese, just go ahead and roll me a general intelligence check. Yeah. So you also realize you were thinking about it. There are actually some notes that were in his spell book proper. As you like pull that out and thumb through it a little bit, it mentions that the one of the added benefits of being able to have this negative energy here is being able to hide things out of reach from anyone who's not undead. One such thing is the only tuning fork left in the runeforge has been stuffed into the western alcove, which is probably what you saw that opening. And you do recall that you needed the tuning fork to escape the runeforge.
Mm-hmm. You said looked like there was something down one of them.
Yeah, the western one, this direction. It's like halfway down. It's like right here. There seems to be like a partially exposed alcove to the northern wall.
And is this like just a constant beam, or is it like swirling?
It's like slow motion lightning that's just constantly like coalescing from the crystal. So it is pretty constant.
Well, Rish is going to take a few minutes to debate this in her head as to if it's worth destroying it, or if it's worth taking a chance to reach into whatever alcove. So it's about halfway down, so there-ish.
Mm-hmm.
If it's acting like lightning, there's a chance it'll just arc into anything that gets remotely in its way. Especially given the whole polarity situation of positive energy and negative energy. Anyone else got any input in the situation? Since I'm imagining it's taking more than one round.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'm not forcing you guys to do anything. Whatever you guys
Crack
want
open
to
a
try.
crystal.
So what's over in the alcove?
Is it the
A hidden compartment that's hiding stuff that they're trying to keep from other people, and it did mention that there is the tuning fork that you need to access the portal in the Wrathwing to leave the Runeforge.
Yeah,
Is the
our way
Devourer
out.
undead?
In short, our only way out.
Yeah, he is. It would take 3 days to build up enough charges in the staff to summon him, but
Ah, dang.
Why don't you
Oh,
just
that was
tip
my-
over one of the crystals?
Do you want me to see if a burst of positive energy will solve the issue?
Yes, I very much want to see you try that.
oh, but we might need you to if we wish to leave quicker. I'm move back out before we do this because
I mean,
Yeah,
can
get
you just
behind the wall.
dimensional slide to the other side?
that's what I'm debating. Is if or it's what I'm having Rish try and think about is like. Because if you move a little bit in, you can see that it takes up most of that tunnel on the map.
Mhm.
It's all just pile onto these. So it's the question of A, if I can even squeeze in there, B, how much damage that does, and C, A, and B.
If we rest for a day, I could potentially get some magic to help protect against the energies here. But at the same time, I'm open to breaking it. No objection to breaking?
Why do we need
Blow
to
it up.
preserve the anti-life generator or whatever?
Only
I
on
can't think of any
scientific
reason.
grounds. Yep, only on scientific grounds.
Scientifically, that's stupid. Let's destroy it.
All right. All right. Fix will go ahead and channel positive energy.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage for channel positive.
All right.
Maybe should
Do you
move
want?
back.
31. It seems like the crystals do respond negatively to that. They already begin to show some cracks in the seams, but they are still standing.
It's doing some damage. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
Or should I wait till I have a spell to help protect me from these energies in case if bad stuff happens upon the breakage?
I mean, can I prepare an action to just grab a fix-it and throw her backwards if they start to explode?
I mean,
Just-
you can, yeah.
Okay. Well, another burst of positive energy.
Where is Gork? I lost him on the map.
I'm
He's
right
right
behind
behind
you.
fix.
For some reason, it's not showing you on my map.
Huh.
Hold on, let me. On my map, are you behind a fixa? Yeah. Weird.
23 damage this time around.
The cracks are deepening, but they are still standing.
I've got 2 more of these in me. Keep going.
All right, I'm
Up
gonna
to you.
hide now.
Another burst.
Okay. So as you channel this one, you see the cracks begin to deepen and glow in like a mixture of pure white and black energies. And they do seem like on the verge of destroying as you do have a reaction, Gork, to pull a fixa back. So where do you place the fixa?
I would grab her and I would attempt to throw her as far as I could this direction.
I'll say you can get her behind Pledrum.
Okay, I'll do that.
Eh.
Yeah.
I've got like 24 strength, and she's a tiny gnome.
Okay, so the crystals do blow up, and they blow up in a 30-foot burst, which will hit everybody but Emmanuel and Dose.
Yeah, it checks out.
No, we
So
wouldn't hit
I
it.
need reflex saves from the rest of you. The DC is not super high. So Gork fails.
He was busy tossing the gnome.
Let's see. I think everyone except for Reach. No, Reach rolled. Who's missing? I'll put him. Okay, so Gork's the only one that fails. So everyone else will take half of this, as you all take 35 points of negative energy damage. Gork will take 70.
Not even half my HP, guys. I'm A-okay.
Yep. As the energy erupts, you see the portal in the center expand momentarily as you see what looks like a giant bat made of shadow emerge from it before the portal finally seals. The negative energy no longer suffusing the map. But you have to deal with this thing now.
Friendly looking bugger.
And I will go ahead and roll up its initiative. Did it not add it to the turn order? No, it did not. Okay. And that would have been at the end of Affix's turn, so luck would have it. It is its turn. So let me turn on some combat music real quick. As this creature just does not look happy to be here.
Why'd you come through the hole?
That's fun. It's going to target Affixa with a Finger of Death.
Oh boy.
So, Fixa, roll me a Fortitude save. Oh, yes, spell resistance or no?
I do.
Okay, let me roll a spell resistance.
Spell resist 25.
Nope. Fizzles on you.
Gonna take more than that.
It just lets out a blood-curdling screech. That is now Pledrum's turn.
All right, so I'm gonna get in there, but I want to leave room for Affixa. So
Also, by the way, judging by size, it does seem like it's squeezing in there.
I couldn't get through this way.
It would be a higher DC to get through, but I was just telling you because it looks like it's squeezing, so it's going to probably be easier to hit than it usually is. Because it's not meant for some such tight close. So yeah, you can roll in acrobatics. I'm just telling you, it's going to be a little higher of a DC.
Okay, cool. Just waiting for the page to load. Acrobatics.
That will not be enough, unfortunately, as it will prevent you from going forward, and it will provoke the attack, which it will take. A single bite. This will be -4 to that roll. So 29 to hit you.
29 will hit.
So yeah, you'll take the 14 is cold damage. The rest of it's piercing damage.
All right.
And do you have any spells cast on you?
Not right now.
Okay.
No spells right now.
Okay, and that is, let's see.
Um,
That is it.
-14. All right, then I will take. Well, actually, since I'm just standing right here now, I'm going to take a swing at it with my loot. Or actually, help him out right now. I'm just going to. It presumably already used up an attack of opportunity.
Yes.
Let's hope it does not have combat reflexes because I'm just going to move back here behind Gork and just back here behind Gork again.
Yep, it does not seem to have it.
All right. And I guess that's going to be my turn because that would have been 2 moves, yeah.
Gotcha. And then goes to Lucilla.
Gonna roll knowledge planes because I assume that's what this will be using.
Yes. You can also use knowledge religion, but either one will work.
Planes is higher. And I got a crummy roll, but
Okay. I will tell you what it. You will know the name of it, but you don't really know its weaknesses or anything with the roll. It is a Nightwing, obviously. It is a creature of the negative energy plane.
gotcha.
And give me another couple minutes because I have to see what my mom's screaming about. So yeah, I'll be right back.
No worries. So this is the former sidekick of Batman that decided to go solo.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, this is Dick Grayson, post founding the Teen Titans.
Probably cast haste on my first turn. Well, no, we don't have that in character.
Okay, she was just screaming to scream. Anyway. So yeah, it is a Nightwing creature of the shadow, negative energy plane. You don't really know what it can do with that roll. It's pretty high CR for that 24.
Okay, so then I can't use my Bardic.
Unfortunately not.
Yes. So what I should do. There we go. I'll hit Pledger him with a cure moderate wounds. Team player. Then I'll step back here.
12 healing.
Not much, but hey, it did something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, goes to Emmanuel.
All right, he'll 5 foot over, take a swift action to put on his aspects. Standard action, aim with bullseye shot, and use improved vital strike gravity bow. He's going to use he's going to take a guess. It's either I've got a ghost touch or an undead bane. He's going to shoot an undead bane arrow.
Go for it.
Click bane on here. I got it somewhere. So, I don't know if I'm right in doing this. It's giving me a +2 extra if it is undead.
Yeah. It is in fact undead, and that definitely hits.
Okay, so then it would do an extra 2d6 damage. I guess I'd be able to tell because it would squeal. I don't know.
I imagine when you hit it with a Bane arrow, it shows some kind of magical reaction.
Yeah, like the Bane arrow glows and disappears.
Yeah. Yeah. Sizable chunk it took.
A little text box appears that says that was super effective.
The damage appears above its head in red.
Yeah, I was going to say underneath the manual, it just says the Nightwing will remember this.
Get one of those hit indicators like a first-person shooter.
Is Dose going to be doing anything?
No, he's eating a biscuit.
He's a show bear now.
Yeah.
Gork.
I will swift action minor bear form to get some temporary hit points. And then I'm going to attack this thing. Because it's all about hitting it hard and fast. So, unarmed strikes. Hold on, let me make sure I just got all my stuff. Yep. Unarmed strikes.
Yeah, that'll crit confirm because you rolled 2 natural 20s in a row.
Nice.
Bitch.
And then my secondary bear claws. 1, 2.
Those 2 will hit. The attacks number 2 and 3 didn't hit, unfortunately, even with
All right. That's still 21 and 22 damage, and then my.
And I forget, do you have an ability that lets you overcome DR?
Only
been a while since we played.
silver. I count a silver, magical, and cold iron.
Okay, you count a silver, so it does seem to go through.
Okay, cool. And then finally my bear bite.
That will miss. Wait, no, that'll hit. Wait, no, that will miss. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's -4 to his AC, not -6. Okay.
Cool. So
Reach.
that'll do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I was saying, in character, we don't know that it does something if you have spells cast on us, so haste it up.
You're all hasted. Excuse me. You staying put there?
Yeah, I think I'll actually go further back, because big thing, small door, I can see it. It can see.
Fat man, little coat.
Mm-hmm.
Affixa.
All right.
Little
Start.
coat.
It did try to finger a fixer right off the bat, so who knows what else it can do.
Stranger danger.
It came out of that dark hole leading with its finger. Very upset.
It was a real shocker.
Listen, I've been exercising so much willpower. We started this call, and Richard was talking about those tree guys, and he straight up said, "I just wish the guys would forewarn me when they're coming." And I'm
I don't think before I say.
Right.
Honestly, the English language just makes it too easy to turn something into an innuendo. It's not your fault.
Yeah, the amount of goddams you can get in everyday language.
All right, so Fix will start off with an Aura of Justice. So everybody within 10 feet. On your turn, you could smite this creature to add an additional 13 to damage and, 7 to attack and AC. And then she'll swift action smite the creature.
Seems to take hold. Definitely seems evil.
All right. Then
I mean,
fear.
that face is only a face a mother could love. I mean, look at that thing.
Move there, and I think instead of attacking, she'll go ahead and use channel positive energy to help heal a bit. 33.
How far out does that go?
I think 20
30?
feet.
Or 20 or 30.
Let me double check.
I mean, either way, it'll hit a manual. So I think
I
the
don't
only way it
even
doesn't.
need it anymore. He had already tapped us off.
Yeah, the only one who doesn't hit is Dose, and Dose is not hurt. So
He's a non-combat bear.
Say we looked it up for the Goblin game, and it was 30.
But does the
But that's
positive
the
energy
cleric.
for
you have to choose to hurt with positive energy or heal. You don't get to do both at the same time. Yeah, we learned that a while back. You either can use it to heal or you can use it to damage undead.
Gotcha.
You don't get
That's
to
why
do both at the same
Masarima was effective, because her class did negative, but also
healed
healed
enemy allies
evil.
because they're evil. Yeah,
yeah.
it was a special kind of evil.
Also, what was the stuff for your smite again there, Loki? I don't think I've upgraded my macro.
13 to damage and 7 to attack and AC.
Thank you.
Okay.
And that's her full turn.
Its turn. It is going to implement a cleave, and it's going to target Pledrum first, and then move counterclockwise to Gork, and then Affixa. So first against Pledrum, there's a -4 to this, which I believe will still hit for 50 points of damage.
His AC is added 7. Does that?
I thought he has to do it on his turn before it'll happen.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep. Good call.
I'm just saying, what was the final roll to hit me?
It would be 33.
Let me check something really quick. The page will load. Jesus. Takes so
It's
fucking long.
that Texas internet you have.
Shield adds 4 if that's what you're going for.
Yeah,
Also-
yeah.
I think Shield's not reactionary in this one, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it's a reaction in 5th.
Yeah,
I
and it's
thought it
a
was a
5
reaction
AC.
here.
Nope.
Nothing.
Shield is basically like mage armor, only it lasts less time and it's stacked with mage armor. Because it's not an armor, it's technically a shield AC. Anyway. Yep, so you take 50. Next one will be Gork. Another bite. Even with a
That's
-4, I
why-
believe that'll still hit you.
Yep.
The 18 is
That's why-
cold if you have any resistances against that.
Not in this form, but if the other one's piercing, I do take 5 less
Yeah,
damage.
the other one's piercing.
Yep.
And then a final blow against a Fixa. That's a natural 20, or a natural 19, rather. That'll be a -4 to that, so that'll be a 45 to hit, which I think just hits a Fixa.
Yep, right where it need to be.
Oh,
Yep.
stone
Well, let
shield
me
is gonna be that one.
crit confirm though. See if it'll. Yep.
Oh boy.
So you'll take all that. The cold damage could be negated. I'm not sure if you have resistances. So
Let me double check. I don't think I have them anymore.
so
If you-
just picture this. He
If
bites.
you have angelic form, you should have cold resistance.
I think
I haven't put it
Angelic's
on yet.
off right now.
Oh.
So for flavor's sake, he bites Pledrum and lifts him up, and in the process slams Pledrum into Gork. The loot just conking Gork against the head, and then swings it and slams a Fixa before dropping Pledrum again.
I am glad I used that channel.
But that is its one attack.
Made it count.
It's one
Everyone still there?
attack.
I heard.
Sorry,
Hey.
that was the sound of the 200 damage it just did with its one attack, bouncing off the echoey hall.
Hey, Richard, did getting better rolls, is that one of your New Year's resolutions?
I mean, that's a New Year's resolution every year. We'll see if it continues. How horrible would be the New Year starts? I get great rolls and I end the campaign before we finish this point.
Right.
Richard prays to God every night for better rolls and is only met with the cold black void.
I mean, I'm still above half health, so
Tell that to a Fixa and Pledrum.
I know. But
Yeah, keep
on my
working
turn, I've
along.
got a smite and a full attack coming in, so
Mm-hmm.
All right. So on my turn,
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably still in range of this guy, but I will 5-foot step back, and then I will cast Displacement on myself.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to cast defensively, or are you going to risk that he can't reach you?
I guess I'm going to risk that he can't reach me. I don't know what size is he?
Huge.
Dude, I'd just do it defensively, be safe.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, what
I
are
mean,
the odds he's
I'm
going to
looking
hit
at the
you?
thing. Does he look like he could reach me? You tell me, Richard.
I mean, it's kind of a 50-50. He might be able to.
You bastard. Okay, I'll cast defensively.
Especially since it's like, what, a level 2 spell?
Displacement, I thought
Whatever.
that was level 3.
Yeah,
What
still.
I fucking need to do, it's like a D12. Is there a macro
It's like
word on the sheet?
It's like 15 plus double the spell level, and you have to roll your level, or is it your level plus casting stat?
Caster level plus casting stat.
Yeah, caster level plus casting stat.
All right,
It
so
is
15.
different on a couple classes.
So it should be pretty doable for you.
Yeah, it's like 19 versus plus.
Just- I would say with a natural 20,
19.
you are displaced.
All right. Did he go for me? Come on, you got to tell me.
You cast defensively, you don't know. He's swinging around like crazy.
Ah, you bastard. Whatever.
Nah, he would have gone for you. Lucilla.
all right. Last level 2 spell. One more cure moderate wounds on Pledrum.
14. Every little bit counts against this thing.
Yep.
Also, by the way, can I honestly say, I think that's the first time in any Pathfinder game as a player or DM that cleave has actually hit every single target. At least when I've rolled it.
Helps when you
Yeah,
have a
that
plus
was very
30.
successful.
Yeah. I mean, he was taking -4s to those.
Still, the plus 30 helps.
Yeah.
Either way, that's my turn.
Gotcha. Emmanuel.
All right. I assume it's a swift action to put up the smite.
Yes.
All right. Point at that big bastard. Blood for the
Yes.
Empire since Gork hit. And we're hasted, so he's going to go full attack with the gravity bow. So this plus one more.
Did you smite him?
Yes.
Are those with the smite damages and stuff with on already?
Yes. Yes. That all has
Okay,
the smite
bang,
stuff.
bang, boom, he is dead. I think he was dead at before that fourth one.
Oh man, I was about to do that.
Wait, why is that? Oh, I apparently had a weird layer on here. Anyway,
Mhm.
there we go.
Hit him so hard, you killed him sideways.
Yeah, that plus 13 to damage takes every arrow up to plus 20 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, like let's see.
Top of
Yeah,
magic and
if
then
if Gork was hit, everything he did had a minimum damage of 21. And with haste, he would have gotten 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks.
Oh, I still had bullseye on, which would have made that 4 lower. If any of those miss, I don't think it matters. Not with that. He was dead before the 63 to it.
Yeah, I think he's just gone, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of gone,
I think Richard had a.
Yeah, I had stuff going on.
That's okay, man. I
Um,
appreciate you still trying to hang out with us since you've got all that going on.
but yeah, that will take us out of turn order though. Combat has been concluded.
and
So
so
I usually lay on hands on myself.
All right,
The
now
destruction.
grind this thing's bones, and you can make a potion of invisibility, or whatever.
Potion
Okay,
of
so-
anti-boners.
the pillar's gone. I assume all the lightning.
It's it's whatever like the opposite of a roofie is, or an aphrodisiac.
Those are two different things.
Yeah, I said one thing when I was thinking the other. I was thinking anti-aphrodisiac. No, an anti-roofie would just be cocaine.
I mean, they work the same for me.
Your Honor, it was an aphrodisiac.
Please.
Yep.
No, I like to think of it as an aphrodisiac. Would you like a roofie or oysters?
No.
I love the implication of when Cope said that implies that being roofied turns him on.
One leads
I
to
mean-
the other.
There's something for everyone out there. I still maintain that.
Joe can't be making those jokes after that superhero he made. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
He's used all of his jokes for that kind of stuff with that one character.
Listen, all I'm saying is that I have wandered the digital wasteland of the internet long enough to learn the hard truth that people with foot fetishes are actually quite tame.
Yeah. I watch this guy on streams every now and then called Asmongold.
Yep.
I like his quote. It was like, "Don't think you can sneak behind these like racist ass comments behind me. I've been on the internet longer than most of you have been alive. Anything you say, I've seen before, and I will see it. And I will block you and ban you." But anyway, the chamber is now devoid of all this dark purple energy that is on the map.
Let's get
And
that
it's now just
tuning
a-
fork.
It is devoid of unlife.
That too.
I used the tech tuning fork.
Well, when you detect tuning fork, it is in that alcove that was hidden very badly. Inside, you actually see a couple things. You see a tuning fork, a pouch of coins, a horn, and a broom.
Well, detect magic on all of that, I guess.
Coins aren't magical. They're just 200 platinum pieces.
Nice.
The broom's magical.
Broom's magical. It is a broom of flying. I'll just save you the roll.
Woo!
There is a tuning fork that is magical, but it's like attuned to the runeforge to basically be an access, basically a key to the portal that lets you leave. And the other one, if you'd like to roll me a spellcraft, whoever wishes.
I actually don't remember if Pledgeman is a good one or not. I will check.
And Reese says you covered. It is a horn of blasting.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, what does the horn do?
You can use it as with the command word to inflict 5d6 points of sonic damage and cause them to be deafened for 2d6 rounds with a DC.
Oh, that's really good.
With a DC 16 Fortitude save.
Oh, DC 16 Fortitude save.
Yeah,
I'm that good.
I mean, it's
Wait,
still something to use.
Is this fortitude save just for the deafened?
Just for the deafened.
Yeah, so that's still 5d6 sonic damage.
Yeah,
Which
and it's a 40-foot. And it's a 40-foot cone.
Yeah, which almost nothing is immune to.
And then if you use it for more than once per day, there's a 20% chance every additional use that it will explode and do damage to everyone surrounding the person who uses it.
I
Fort
would say
save halves the damage though.
Oh, the save does have the damage? Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I would say either give the broom to me or Gort, because neither of us have means of flight. And I don't think either have planned to have means of flight in our build until the end. So
I say you take it because there's no logical way in my head to justify a large-sized celestial dire bear on a little witch's broom.
I didn't see it though.
that was my
Dude, can we strap it onto your back like a rocket?
reverse it.
The broom can carry 200 pounds at a fly speed of 40 or 400 pounds at a fly speed of 30. So,
I imagine Gork's heavier than 200 pounds.
I imagine he's above 400 pounds when he's that big.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about his normal form.
Yeah.
That's a lot of muscle. Also bear fat.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's
Okay,
winter. What's
so
he gonna do?
Just for context, an adult grizzly bear could weigh over 1,300 pounds, and a dire bear is bigger than that. So
Yeah.
there's no way that's working on the broom.
So we could strap it to his back and it would just struggle to go anywhere. It looked like a angry little captive stuck on his back.
All right, don't need to tell me twice, unless anyone else wants to make their case for the broom.
Wait, Pledrum, can you use it as a weapon?
Theoretically, yes, I could.
And like swing it and baseball bat somebody into the sky?
Yes.
And technically, no matter how far he throws it, it comes back up to 300 yards away.
Holy crap.
it is a command word to have it return, though. So.
Yeah.
I think Cope's trying to figure out a way for Pledrum to air jungle someone like in Devil May Cry.
Yes. Slap them into the sky.
Yeah.
Get swept, bitch.
I will say you've pretty much exhausted the point of this wing. So I will actually take you. I imagine you're going to return, so I'll go ahead and take you back to the main chamber.
I'm
So-
gonna take a bio real quick. I'll be right back.
We
Yeah,
got
no
Who
worries.
doesn't want to sleep in the creepy area of death and undead?
What else do we need to craft the exit of exiting or whatever we need?
Well, you have the stuff you needed to craft the weapons in the main hall, which is the reason you came here. Basically, weapons that will be used to combat any protections the Runelords place upon themselves, which is the reason I came here. The doorway, you can now leave anytime you want. You have you know where the portal is, which is in the halls of Wrath. and you have the tuning fork that activates it. So you can now you can go to and from the runeforge as you please.
Oh, we know we can get back.
Yes, you know how you opened it before, where you had to cast like the every school of magic on those statues and then go through the portal. That's the entryway, and now you know where the exit is, and you have the tuning fork to go through it.
Okay. Well, I say we get some
Well, I say we get the fuck out of
badass
here.
weapons.
Also, Reese, since you're the one that did the spellcraft, you would know. It's up to you whether you tell other people. You can now duplicate this tuning fork now that you have it. It's not hard to do.
Okay. So I petition now that we can get out of here. Let's get a let's leave for a little bit and come back.
What? But we haven't accomplished what we came here for.
I mean, you've pretty much cleared out all but one wing of this place, and you haven't made the weapons, but you're pretty much done with the runeforge. Like,
I'm just saying, in character, we've been in here for days.
yeah.
No one's showered.
Well, you showered.
I took a bath in Risha's apartment, man.
A magnificent mansion.
Oh yeah, the mansion. Okay, so we haven't been living that bad. So
As
yeah, you
in
can
that's
probably
That's a little hot spring.
Yeah, I was picturing us like back in the old days where we're just camping out in the dungeon.
Oh no, you haven't been roughing it. You've been living the high life with Risha's mansion there.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
I
Maybe we
wouldn't
can
call it the
explore
high
this.
life there, Bob. It's a cave.
Maybe we can say.
Hey, you know what? I dream to be able to afford a cave in this economy.
Free utilities, servants, and food. Yes, please.
They can't even talk back to you because they're invisible servants.
Love it. Sign me up.
Feels good.
And you
to
don't
be
age
level
in here, and you
15.
have infinite books for entertainment.
Man,
I mean, we could.
finish,
Our characters could all just go into that mansion and live in there and play. I don't know, tabletop games the rest of their lives.
I mean,
I
sounds good to me.
just want to say, because I've remade every map for Curse of the Crimson Throne, there are a few Easter eggs in there, and I will be excited to see if you guys notice them or if I have to describe them. Because they will just be on the map.
You know, Risha's vote is, since we're pretty tapped out for the day, that we can
Yes.
Yeah. Rest would be helpful.
debate the merits of leaving and coming back.
I mean, since we got that mansion, I actually don't care that much if we finish up in here.
Let's sleep it off.
Okay. And do we want to do the final wing, or just figure that since it's sloth, they're not going to do shit anyway?
Well, they wanted to, but then they got high.
Let's go see what's in Sloth, see what's up in there. I can't imagine that it's going to be harder than any of the wings that we've been through already.
Yeah, might as well be thorough.
I imagine you guys are at least taking
still.
a day.
Yeah, still should take the day.
In the mansion, we're going to sleep it off.
First time
Yeah,
you had to
back
create a
to work.
mansion without a body count. So that's nice. I think every other time that Reach has made this mansion, you've been dragging somebody's lifeless corpse in there.
I imagine there's like soothing elevator music just ambiently plays at the mansion. Fucking.
You see, it plays a song of Risha's people. Mana. Do 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 do. Mana. Mansion / cave is up. You're able to take a rest undisturbed again. Get all your stuff back. I imagine you could spend some time to heal and stuff. So we'll just say that you have healing to top yourselves off. I'm not going to sweat over that small detail. Not at this level at this point.
All right, I think now,
Full health.
in the morning, let's run down our plan here again, right? So we got the weapons that'll get through the Runelords' defenses.
Well, we got to get those.
Yeah, you have to craft them. You have all the materials, which
Yeah, we have the
Really?
material. That's what I mean. We have the materials for them.
and you know, to refresh you since it's been a while, you remember that all you really have to do is the materials you obtained. You drop into the central forge here, and then whatever weapons you wish to enchant, you would put them in there, and it would enhance them and become what is known as dominant weapons.
Yeah, so my vote is let's clear out Sloth just because, or I would vote let's craft the weapons first, but let's clear out Sloth first because on the slim chance that maybe something might come out of there when we're trying to build these weapons, it could end up very bad.
Or if there's a load-bearing boss.
Yeah. Someone gets, God forbid, someone gets fucking pushed into the fucking forge and becomes the metal man. Yep. Or one of the villains jumps in at the last moment, right? And now they're fused with our runeforge weapon, or whatever.
But then you have a
What
fancy
sort of
talking weapon.
to make.
Huh?
So the question then is, what sort of weapon to make?
You do know that you have enough to make up to 10 different weapons, and it doesn't affect the enchantments you already have on weapons. So you can just put that enchantment on a weapon you already have,
I mean,
or just put it on a separate one.
I guess it'd be up to a fixer, right? Fixer's probably going to be wielding whatever we make, theoretically.
Well,
Yeah.
he said we can do 10 different ones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this has enough. This would have enough energy to empower 10 weapons.
So we need a magic loot, magic bow.
I have a scimitar and a bashing shield I'd like to add to that.
Can we do Gork's left hand and right hand?
Just put them in there.
What if I submerge my entire body in it and I become the weapon?
Bad idea. Bad idea.
Oh gosh, yes.
What if, and hear me out, this is my Spider-Man villain origin story?
I'm pretty sure that's literally what the metal man we killed did. Like, I can't be sure, but I'm like 90% that dude just fell in there when he was making something.
I think this is the best idea.
Okay.
No.
What
not
if-
any of what you
Now hear me out. What if we put all the stuff in there and then I drank the concoction?
No.
I mean, that's usually how you take a potion. So
I mean, it would be asserting dominance over the forge more than jumping into it, to be fair.
You gotta get like ice or something. Really domesticate the forge. A little umbrella to go in the glass.
do we have any of those roofies left?
You've been talking about that a lot today, Emmanuel. Anyways.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do? Do you want to do the weapons, or are you actually going to go to the sloth ring?
I say go to Sloth.
I agree. See if there's anything of value in there before we
Let's
pool
heal
all of
up
our
first.
resources.
Okay.
How do you heal overnight in Pathfinder? You don't get everything back, do you?
You don't normally, but I'm just saying, go ahead and get everything back because you probably would have had enough residual healing to top yourselves off and everything. At this level, I'm not going to sweat all those little details.
Probably would have had to burn a wand because I was out of healing stuff.
Yeah, like I said, don't really sweat it. Say just heal yourselves up to full, and we'll be good.
Yeah, the bars aren't working on my end again.
The DM has invoked the rule of yada yada yada.
Who are we to disagree?
Are all the health bars on the tokens on this map correct?
No.
No, mine's not updating.
I know they're not updating, but like your maximums and stuff. Like,
Mhm.
Oh,
you have
yeah.
Maximum, yeah.
Okay. Because they're not the same as the other map I'm bringing you to. So I'm gonna go like that to copy. Because I tried to transfer them over before, but for some reason it's just not.
My guys were sitting vanilla. Like Dose didn't have his bear essence up and stuff like that, so it changes his hit points. When I level up, I have to.
Even if
off.
it's vanilla, for some reason it showed Pledrum as only having a maximum of like 120, and his maximum is 130.
Well, he and I leveled up while we were talking at the beginning of the session, so that's probably.
Okay, wait. Now my computer. I have to reload real quick. Starting to cause problems on my end.
All right, and take a quick bio.
Damn it! It didn't copy over the bear.
I'm still trying to pick out second level spells because fuck, that thing doubled my number.
Wait, what doubled your number?
Something we found in one of the Ring of Wizardry 2, I think it was.
Yep. But yeah, lets you have double practically of second level spells.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had that on Amadeus. It was nice because a lot of like self-buffing spells were on second level. Basically never ran out of mirror images or anything like that.
Yeah. So take a couple of those.
I was also an Arcanist, so it was a little easier I was like, okay, I just have these spells memorized and I can cast whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you get that quick study or whatever, basically access to everything.
So when Cope gets back, I'll transfer you guys over. Actually, I could probably just transfer you over now. Give everyone time to load.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Club, baby. Nope, they got Mountain
Sorry.
Dew.
Sorry, that was the longest pee ever, and I didn't want to cope on y'all.
All good. But yeah, you all make your way down this hallway. Though this is decidedly different than the rest of the hallways you've gone down. It doesn't go into a more ornate design as you go in deeper. This one, as you grow in, the air grows thick and foul smelling as you come to the exit of this chamber. The vaporous, or however you say that word, stink here is nothing compared to the insult of the other senses. The slime that encrusts the walls in swaths of sickly brown and noxious green. A foamy sewage channel runs along a slippery walkway. Thick shuddering skin atop a slow churning fluid seems to hint that despite its repulsive appearance and smell, something probably resides under these foul-smelling depths.
Mm-hmm.
This very much looks more like a sewer than a wing of a arcane laboratory.
What branch magic was this associated with?
Sloth.
Yeah, but
Conjuration.
Conjuration.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, here's what I say
Maybe
we do. I say
I
we
went
just
a
turn
little
around,
too
go
far.
back, collapse the tunnel, call it a day.
You know, I am inclined to agree with you on that, Gork. Maybe I was a little bit.
Oh God! It's probably worse for Gork with his bear
Yeah.
smell.
I gotta
I'm
say,
gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not digging through this shit. Let's go make the weapons.
And we've
I
come
just
this
know
far.
there's gonna be some sort of disgusting poop monster, and now I just feel like taking the chance. Because if we have to fight the disgusting poop monster, I'd rather it ambush us than go looking for it. You know what I mean? Get knee deep in the shit in this horrible sewer, It's gonna be awful.
Mm-hmm.
But there could be treasure.
That sounds pretty lazy of you.
That is in no way a motivation for me.
On that front, bonuses and such for this one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Where's my document? This one? Wrong document. Okay, so Sloth. There's two people who get penalties: Lucilla and Emmanuel. Nobody here gets a bonus to be in this wing.
I feel we've cleared out this much. Why stop now?
Because we're literally standing in piss.
Diseased piss.
I'm not saying never come back. I'm just saying come back maybe one day when I'm dead.
With hazmat
Fire.
suits.
Tell you what, Pledgeum and I'll go wait out in the main chamber and guard the forge, and you guys can go look around.
Yeah, you guys can decide when you've had enough shit.
I'm fine with that.
That'd be hilarious if we actually do split the party doing that, and then they just come back like a day later covered in shit, and they're like, "You were right. You made the right call."
At this point, I'm not going in that wing right now. We're like at the end of our journey, and then we just opened up the door, and it's a sewer.
Yeah, we already have everything that we need from everywhere else, including the escape. This is just curiosity right now.
Like, we really lucked out that we never ended up coming in here.
Yeah, it's like the argument for exploring here is we got to get that Xbox Live achievement for 100%ing the game, which is not a reality thing.
If Fix is more focused on just rooting out whatever last remnants of evil was in here.
We're gonna need some rubber gloves.
After someone invents
So, are you guys actually leaving, or are you going to continue? Because I'm fine with whatever you guys choose to do.
Fix is leaning towards continuing. But she's not hard set against it. If everybody else leaves, she's not going to do it alone.
Yeah, I think Pledgeum's. I don't think Pledgeum wants to go in here.
2 against. I'm neutral.
I would rather not step in there unless there's a way to stay out of the sewer.
I am fully role-playing the fact that Gork has the scent ability, and this is awful right now.
Oh yeah, the sensibility will not work in here, by the way.
Yeah, I
it
would
has an
imagine
ability.
it wouldn't, even if you didn't say it would. I would insist that it's blocked.
Emmanuel,
Is this
what-
concrete?
It's basically stone, but it's just sticky.
Pay no attention
Emmanuel,
to the pile
this
of
is
crusty
what affects
socks.
us. We've been asking this whole game, why do we have blood for the Empire? Our Empire is not going in this room.
No. Neither are these shoes.
Tell you what, if
It's
we
hair.
make the weapons, and then a giant snot monster or whatever comes out of here to fight us because we didn't clear it out, afterwards we'll go back in.
I think we all just understand that's not going to happen, but I appreciate it.
Heading back to the center room then.
Yeah.
Seems so. As the only one eager to get into the depths, I was fix it.
You don't want to just cast a fireball in there and see if that clears things up?
I will forever remember that as the moment that we just entered a wing of a dungeon and said, nope.
Wasn't because it
Can
was
you,
scarred or scary, it was because it was stanky and gross.
Yep.
Can you really light poo
Page.
gas on fire?
I was going to say the mage form of lighting a match.
It's not the stink smell, it's the decay of the feces.
Yeah.
The only thing I will mention, because it might change certain people's answers, way back when he first fought the Mithril Man, he mentioned when he saw Reach, are you one of Geordie's minions, and you do know the one who runs that wing is known as Geordie Mandus.
Mhm.
So if that
Poop
would,
lizards. There's literally gators living in that sewer. You're telling me?
It would seem.
I just wanted to mention that before I'm fine with you guys going back and being like, "Fuck that, sewer is gross."
That's why Rish was on defense. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, there's people here that are from another city. Are you curious? It's like, little. But also,
Yeah,
I don't
your
owe
city
them
is
shit.
Chicago.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm fine with whatever you guys choose to do. I was just making sure you guys had all your knowledge that your characters would have known.
More of a Detroit situation, honestly.
Can't have shit in
Yeah.
Detroit.
Mm-hmm. So, for the fork to work, would we have to go back down this way, or?
No, you would go to the Halls of Wrath where you fought that one woman that gave the mark to Gork after he killed her. But we don't have to have you go all the way through that one. If you want to craft the weapons, then you're free to leave.
Yep. Yeah, I
Do
mean,
it.
we cleared that one out. I just didn't remember if we found a portal thing there or not.
Yeah, there is a portal there. It's just needs to be activated, and you have the key.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know how to do this.
It's
Let's go.
very simple. You just begin to drop the different objects into there. As you drop each one in, they dissolve almost immediately and the cauldron begins, the forge begins to bubble. When you drop the last one, the other, excuse me, cannot talk today. When you drop the two in, which trying to remember which ones it were, but it's not important right now. You do have the two. You remember where you looked up and found which ones.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I think I have a note here that you found.
It was like some anti-magic goo.
Yeah, it was one was one of Delavine's personal toys.
Mm-hmm.
Right, dildo.
Yeah, and then a shard of a mirror from the one wing, and you grab the two of those and you put the two of them inside, and they bubble away into nothing, and the liquid begins to change color into a almost like a burgundy shade, which you assume means that it's ready to be used. So, who would like to put a weapon in first?
Okay, now that I remember that one of the ingredients are Delavine's toys, I do not want to drink it.
I'll
Super
stick my wood in it. Manuel steps up with his bow.
Okay. You put your bow in there.
Oh yeah.
You have to sink it all the way in. So go ahead and roll me because you have to put your hand in the water for this.
Oh no.
A
Got
will.
to get the tongs.
Go ahead and give me a will save.
Do I still have the penalty?
No penalties
assume-
right now. You're in the
Never.
main chamber. There's no penalties or bonuses.
Will save, you say.
Will
You
save.
got this, Emmanuel.
After this,
Hold
we
on,
should use.
my computer's freezing.
Don't
should
forget
use
your hero
affixes.
points.
Or not
I'll stick with it.
You got the eye of the bear.
Yep. You managed to resist as you're assaulted by magically for all five of your senses. Your sight, all you see is colors. You can somehow taste the colors and hear them at the same time. It's very odd, but you manage to resist being nauseated as you pull it free.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
As you do, so let's go ahead and put you over here, Emmanuel.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, you can put yourself anywhere around that wing, that pool.
Okay.
I'll let you choose.
Okay. I assume we got all on different sides so we wouldn't blow each other up.
As you do, and you pull the bow out, you immediately see something kind of lighting up in the middle of the forge. As you have to take a wide, step away as a beam of light shoots out of the runeforge into this statue. The one to the north.
That's not good.
As it does, you begin to see the statue begin to shift as it like grinds against its stone body. Its eyes light up in a golden hue as it looks down to you all as you hear a voice the same voice you heard issued from Mockmurian's body before he passed. You again. I can't help but be inspired by your optimism. Alas, your weapons will never reach Shalast. Your fate is death here in the Runeforge. And I will go ahead and reveal the token as it steps off the platform. And I'll bring up the initiative.
That's a good name for a song. Your fate is death, in parentheses, here in the Runeforge.
Pledger, would you have been closer during this stuff?
Pudrum was kind of sticking over here because he's trying to see if anything's going to try to pop out of there.
Yeah, he was being aware of the potential of a snot monster.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, rock is like a very congealed form of snot.
We just need Pledrum to roll his initiative. And
What is rock but earth snot?
Mountain dangerous.
It's not popping up.
The volcano, nothing but a horrific sneeze.
Michael, are you going to roll your initiative?
Yeah, it wasn't popping up.
There.
I have always said that volcanoes are just earth zits, and when they erupt, because they've been popped.
Starting us off strong is Lucilla.
Knowledge Arcana?
Yeah.
29?
Yeah, that'll be enough. This is a type of stone golem that seems to be heavily influenced by whoever this Karzog is.
So big dick magic reflecting energy. Okay, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I will begin combat advice, advising everyone to cast as much punch as possible.
Man, why does the barbarian always carry around a skillet? It's because he uses it for his one spell component. He has spells. Oh yeah, every time he hits somebody with it, he yells "Cast Iron." Sorry, I saw that fucking joke online today.
Nice.
Anyway,
and I'll just move here so that way I can be closer to everyone so they can be within the 30 feet for the AC bonus from me.
Gotcha.
That's the turn.
Emmanuel.
They're not considered giant race, right?
Construct.
It's just considered a construct.
All right, he's going to swift action, put up his aspects of the tiger and the mouse, and use his adamantine arrow.
My bad. Got him muted.
So he's going to 5-foot step back. And bullseye aim and prove vital strike. And that's with a adamantine arrow.
Gotcha. That hits and does 30 points.
And then Bear actually gets to fight.
Shocker.
Alright, so
Keep your guys' eyes out for these other statues animating, by the way.
has large, power attack, blood. Lucilla's bardic. Okay. You will mosey up here. and slam.
That'll miss. It's a big fuck off rock. It's hard to get through it.
Yep. That's their turns.
Fixa.
All right, she'll start by smiting. Does that?
It does
take
not
hold?
happen.
All right. And now, Gork, you ready for a coordinated charge?
Might as well. I've not bared up, but hell, I still have that scarab of golem fuckery.
There you go. All right. Fix will charge alongside Gork. I'll go straight ahead if you want to go to the side a bit.
I forgot you guys took that teamwork feat. That's fun.
Yep.
So I will get a single shifter claw attack, and I still do have that scarab.
Yep.
Shazam. Oh, that'll miss.
Yeah, that'll miss. That'll also miss.
All right. That's everything. That'll be a +2 if that makes a difference. 32.
32. No, that does not hit.
Okay. All right.
But we tied him up to close range a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, won't be able to get a manual in on this, but I guess haste on all these people.
Gotcha. Okay. Karzog's turn. He's like, oh, thank you so much for getting close to me. This statue is so dreadfully slow. And as he says slow, free action, cast slow, and negates the haste.
How big are they?
It casts the same as actual
he
slow.
cast it.
Yeah. It's a free action to use, though, for a stone golem.
Well, at least we aren't all slowed.
Mm-hmm. And the nice thing about slow is I don't have to have him roll for it, or you guys say that just counteracts.
Yep, that's nice.
And he has
What if
2
we
slam
weren't
attacks. It wouldn't have hit you. He literally targeted the people that Reach just hasted as a precaution, so you guys couldn't do that to him. He is going to attack Gork and Afixa each once. So, let's see. First one will be against Afixa. 59.
Yep.
For 38 points of damage. And I need you to roll me a fortitude save.
Is this something that spell pen affects or no?
It ignores it. It doesn't need spell pen. So.
Fort. Okay. 35.
Okay, you managed to resist whatever it was.
Okay.
Next one is going to be against Gork. 32 points of damage.
Less than that, because it's probably not silver.
Nope. And then I will need you to make a fortitude save as well.
Ha! Little did you know, the entire golem is carved out of galena, silver ore.
All right, and then fortitude save. 38.
Okay. Yeah, you're good.
I'm
Dos
good at
is going to
fortitude.
use a vengeance strike when an adjacent ally is hit. He can take an AOO,
Go for it.
although he probably can't hit.
That'll hit. Let's see. Manages to negate some of it, but it takes a big chunk out of the statue. Brings us down to Pledrum.
All right. So I am going to start my Inspire Courage Bardic Performance. Then I'm going to cast the spell Displacement on myself.
Good choice.
And I'm going to spin the rest of my movement to just duck and get as much cover from the statue as I can.
That's fair. Okay.
And that is my turn.
Gork, you're up.
I'm gonna use my action to go full Celestial Dire Bear. So if you could pump me up. And then I will swift action, activate my minor bear form to get some temporary hit points. And that's all I got.
Hey, good enough. You're a giant fuck off bear.
And I've got over 200 hit points and higher AC.
Make sure everyone has bardic performance ticked on.
Yep. And also, if you're within 30 feet of Lucilla's, you get hers as well. They are 2 different effects with 2 different bonuses types, so they do stack.
Speaking of Lucilla.
What should she do? You know what? She's gonna be a fucking hero. Run over here. She is going to full defense, which boosts her AC by 6 and gives Gork and Afixa +6 bonus to her AC. Oh, and Dose as well, because he's adjacent.
Plus how much?
Oh, it's +3.
+3, okay.
So Gork is currently rocking 39 AC. And that's her turn.
Gotcha. Emmanuel.
Excuse me. All right. Manuel is going to step up 5 feet. He's got blood for the Dose or Gork flanking yet?
No.
Okay. Doesn't get that. And he is going to cast Bow Spirit. Then use a swift action to have it fire with an adamantine arrow, an improved vital shot.
That'll hit.
Using all of the buffs.
I mean, as you do.
Yeah, man.
Afixa.
And then Bear. Well,
Oh, yeah, I
will
forgot
take
about the bear.
5-foot step. Yeah, and now he can full attack if he can hit.
Yep.
So, fuck, I forgot his whole. Okay, there it is. That.
Hits and hits.
Secondary attack.
That one will miss.
Secondary bite.
That'll hit.
Secondary slam. Ooh, big slam.
Does confirm, yeah. Damn. That is a big slam.
Why the hell is it so big? That's what she said.
Well, also, I think re-rolls the dice instead for the crit instead of using the dice that rolled on the first one, just because the way the mechanics are.
Yeah, because there's a 1-1-1 in there.
Yeah, and the other one has a 1-3-5, so it just does that.
Yeah.
All right, fix his turn.
Yep.
Joe, full attack.
Go for it. Second and fourth one will both hit.
And swift action, lay on hands on herself using Sanctuary.
Gotcha.
And that's my turn.
Reach.
Yeah, this time we'll be able to haste everyone except Pledrum, who is bravely holding down the fort over there in case the snot monster shows up.
Look, you jest, but when it comes and he saves us all, we'll just call him the tissue.
Because he caught the snot. And then I guess
I just realized I made the statue too small.
Or as my daughter calls it, nose paper.
There we go.
She's not incorrect.
I'm a backup.
Gonna wait till after to see if Karzog doesn't just immediately nullify the haste before I add the buff.
He does not, but he is
Okay.
going to 5 foot. Sorry, it should be like that. And is going to make 2 attacks against Emmanuel.
Oh no.
Wait, how do you 5 foot
He should
10
have
feet
been.
away from me?
He should, because I fucked up with the thing,
Okay.
and I also fucked up with the 5 foot step. So
Oh, okay.
let me move some of these fucking texts, because.
Yep.
Because let's see, his 5 foot would be okay. He wouldn't be able to do that because this would be sharing a space with Gork. Because
Yep.
it's just hard to tell sometimes when you're doing it with holding the token.
Yeah.
So he will not do that.
Besides, I would have 5 foot stepped with him to try to keep
Yep.
blocking Emmanuel. That's what I do.
So he's not going to
That
5
would be
foot. He's just
giant.
going to start moving down to Emmanuel.
Oh, so AOs?
He won't go that far. He'll go because he has reach. He's going to go to here. It will provoke from Gork, Afixa, and Dose.
All right.
I'll use my following steps 5 foot step there. And then with my straps, I get 2 AOs against him.
Go for it.
So 1, 2.
Okay, everyone hits.
And these ignore his DR because of the scarab.
Yeah, this statue is crumbling, but he's still standing. He's going to make a single attack against Emmanuel.
That'll hit.
Okay, 31 points of damage, and go ahead and roll me a fortitude save. I think that passes.
It was a 10. Should I tap?
I mean, we're near the end of the session, and this is boss fight.
+4?
I mean, I rolled a
Just-
10, so I'm 50-50 to get better.
Just
Well,
get him.
yeah,
at a
you could
+4.
just do a +4.
Let's add, +4.
Okay, yeah, you managed to save. Pledrum. If you're
All
talking,
right.
you're muted. Oh, there you go.
I'm going to try to engage now. Let's see. Get up 30 feet. And then I'm going to chuck my loot at him. Or, actually, can I? What's that?
So it'll take a -2 to it.
Alright, so it'll be instead of -2. Come on. So I got Inspire Courage. Let me make sure I clicked everything. Do we have Blood for the Empire on this guy?
I think everyone's hit him at this point, so if that's the condition, I'm pretty sure.
For the
Yeah.
Empire. Cool.
Dose just hit him.
I was gonna say the only one who didn't hit him, I think, is Lucilla, and she was just providing combat buffs. Oh yeah, that hits. And confirms.
Oh, did it not roll the damage?
No, I think you might have hit the attack number rather than the name, and it doesn't roll damage that way. So if you hit the damage button, it should not the damage button, but the damage text, it should roll that. 66 points of damage. And describe how you destroy the statue as you throw your flute at him.
So close to full attacking him.
Yeah, so Pledrum just confidently now jogs up there, reels back with his loot, throws it, hits this guy right in the forehead, and it just crumbles inward. It's kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
Then it zips back to his hand.
You chuck the loot at it, and it hits that red crystal in the center as he has like the 5 crystal set up on this head. As it shatters it, the whole statue begins to go limply. It begins to go limp. You hear the voice.
Get hit on the head.
You hear the voice come out of the statue again. This time, almost kind of sounding like old radio static in between the words. This is not some static. Come then, heroes, seek me atop Marmaseef if you value your life so poorly. You should be honored to be the first fools to be executed under the new banner of Shalast. As he taunts you for one last time before the statue begins to become inanimate stone once again.
He stopped everything he threw at us so far. Surprised he still got that ego.
Also, you're all lucky you passed those fortitude saves. If you failed, you took 10 points of dexterity drain
Oof.
Figured.
because he
All
had
right.
the ability to petrify.
Let's dip the rest of these weapons and kick his ass, why don't we?
Yep. As you begin to dip, I will say, Afixa, I'll narratively say that someone is dipping a couple of them for someone else or whatever, and they realize that they're holding 2 of these weapons, that they begin to feel ill. So that's kind of your key, that if you have 2 of these weapons, you'll take some penalties.
Mm.
You're welcome to do it, but just keep that in mind. Because I know you were the one that's thinking about dual wielding things.
Well,
Yeah.
let's see what happens when I put my loot in there.
Let me copy and paste what these weapons are. Depending on the person, you can call them dominant weapons or commanding weapons, depending on your proclivities.
I mean, you can still have your shield.
Yep. They are considered bane weapons against creatures of the transmuter or against shape changer subtypes.
Ooh, yes.
As long as the weapon is carried, it can absorb up to 3 harmful transmutation effects, such as baleful polymorph or petrification, on the wielder per day. And you all
Yeah.
take turns to dip these weapons, and yeah. I also found it funny when I saw that it
Does
can
Gork
damage
have
the...
wraps or anything he can use?
I do have hand wraps, but not gonna lie, the fact that it's bane to shape changer subtypes, and that's what I am because my wereform shifter subclass
Mhm.
makes me a little nervous.
I know when I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's comical.
That's like a normal human saying, "I'm gonna make brass knuckles out of raw uranium."
Yeah, this just like basically unfolds your DNA. Don't worry about it. Shape changes.
Yeah, I was thinking Lucilla still has that bag of tricks feat, doesn't she? So-
Correctamundo.
So after Emmanuel was like, wow, that made me feel funny, dipping his bow. It's like, we should have got tongs. And then she's, I've got tongs.
Yeah, I got tongs right here. Anyone want tongs?
I'll take
Alright.
some tongs.
All right, here's
So
some
do you
tongs.
say do you say Fix would know about the whole dual wielding or dual equipping thing
Yeah,
before or after?
I would say that you did it before. Like, I'll say flavor-wise, someone was like grabbing a couple of the weapons, like you were taking turns dipping them. Like, hey, like say, like Emmanuel was holding his bow, and then you dipped another weapon, and he was handing it off to somebody, and he just suddenly felt dizzy when he was holding 2 of them.
Mm.
We'll say flavor-wise, it's before Afixa does it.
Okay, then Fix
Yeah.
will go ahead and just.
I didn't
do
want
our
to
second
ruin.
turn.
I didn't want to ruin your shield by not being
Yeah.
able to let you use it and your sword at the same time.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm guessing it works the same way, the same enchantment when I put my loot in there.
Yeah. It enchants them all as the same dominant weapon type because the way you mix the materials.
Mm-hmm. Might as well put it on my crossbow since we got enough for 10. There's only 7 of us.
Let's
Plus
see.
one of-
Like, if you all had something weapon-wise to put it on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, unless you want to find some kind of weapon for dose, I guess.
I mean, I guess I could dip the far spear in it, and then that would at least absorb the transmutation effects.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he's
can just
got
have
his he's wearing his bladed scarf.
He's had a bladed scarf this whole time.
Of course he fucking has. He's a
Does
freaking
he actually
anime
have a
OC,
scarf?
Kenneth.
I mean, we found it somewhere and we talked about putting it on him. So yes, he's wearing a bladed scarf.
Freaking
I mean, I'll
Freaking
allow it. He's not going to
Dose
use weapon.
is like a character that they'd make in a gag manga, is what it is. It's just like
It
every time they have a
absolutely is.
situation, they just flash back to some ridiculous thing from his backstory.
Oh god, no! It's a gag manga by Junji Ito.
Fuck, why does the name sound familiar?
He's the horror author.
Okay,
Didn't
yeah.
you know that Dostoevsky was actually the secret love child of the Demon King the entire time?
Yeah, I'm one that likes to draw the fucked up pictures.
He was also blessed by Cthulhu, empowered by God's angels. And he won the regional breakdancing competition.
You ought to see him do the worm.
I think the two big ones.
There were
he
no
does
survivors.
Spiral one. The This Hole Was Made for Me one, and whatever that, I think it's like Hellstar Remia, where it's like a giant living planet gets detected.
Not gonna lie, the Amigara Fault, the one with the holes, it's kind of a really anticlimactic end. It's just kind of silly. Like after you read it for the first time, you're just like, he's getting stretched.
Okay, so we've got dominant weapons, the ability to leave this place, and the only reason to stay being a sewer.
I think all that's left to do is go kick his ass.
Yeah. We also need to figure out where his ass is.
He just told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he told us a name, which we may or may not know where it is.
Oh, I just assumed you knew where that was. Where he
Lucilla will
usually
speak
know
up.
a lot.
Lucilla will speak up and says, "If I know the way these stories go, we should probably just look for the horizon and find whatever large tower or monument has swirling, ominous clouds over it."
Yeah, so like, do we know of any skull-shaped islands nearby?
Lucilla and Reese could probably both roll a knowledge history or a knowledge geography.
I mean,
Yes, I said
just-
geography.
Better.
you want me just to use my one natural 20 a day on this with Lucilla?
Might as well.
So what's the total modifier with the natural 20?
Let's see. If we're using history, that would be 43.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you do know of Mar Massif. Let me go back to the tab real quick so I can explain.
This is what I
what
made
song,
Lucilla
isn't it?
for.
It is a towering mountain in a valley at the headwaters of the River Ava. There are rumors that it serves as a bridge to strange realms beyond Galarian, and that you can find it at the end, but no one's ever been able to go there and successfully find it because there is a the entire region of the River Ava up to the summit of Mar Massif is steeped with a thick mist that seems to befuddle the senses and unable to find your way through. But with that knowledge and the books you have found, I will say that you, as you're probably needing to at least to take a day's rest before you set off from the runeforge, you can find the notes and piece together that the way to actually get through it is you have to actually wait for a full moon, and in order to go through, you have to have been fasting for 2 days before you can find your way through this mist. That it was considered like a pilgrimage of sorts before the whole fall of Fassalon.
Yeah,
So we're
if
going
you
to have
tell
to watch a manual.
if you tell Gork you have to fast for 2 days, he'd scoff at how easy that is. I eat a high fiber diet before the first snow of winter, so I don't have to eat for.
God, those gork poops in the first spring.
Yep, they are eventful.
We used to have fasting, gosh, during every other season, and it would last weeks at a time. I mean, the water and bread isn't that terrible.
Yes, that's
Just
bad.
during the daylight hours.
I think that shit thing's a misconception. Bears get up to shit. I know at least bears get up to shit during hibernation.
Yeah, they do. It's just
It just slows down their metabolism, I
It's
think.
a funny joke, is what it is.
It's pretty much the only thing they get up to do.
But yeah, this concludes the events of Book 5.
Yeah.
One book left.
Well, I hope you were ready to switch books halfway into the session.
I mean, we can roll with that if you want, or we can go ahead and call it here and make it so it's a more successful session next time.
Whatever you guys want to do. I'm fine.
I mean, I'm kind of good to continue.
Yeah, I'm fine to continue. It's just if we get to a point where there's going to be combat, I don't have the maps uploaded, so we're going to have to probably pause it there. But who knows?
That's fine.
That.
Is definitely some planning time that the characters would need anyway. Because first we got to figure out what phase the moon's in.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you said it had to be during a full moon?
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be interesting for me.
Oh no, that's when you're like angry.
That's when I'm on edge, my man.
You're BMSing.
By the time we reach that guy, there will not be any remains when we're done with him.
It's less of a misnomer.
It'll just be a blood spatter and a flayed rib cage.
It's less of a misnomer than you'd think because Menzies is apparently related to the moon to begin with.
Yeah.
Like the root word.
I mean, a lot of people get kind of
cycle.
weird during a full moon, if you haven't noticed.
Oh yeah, like if you know people who work in the ER, they look at that stuff for when the full moon's coming because their activity goes way up. I mean, if you're around the same people and y'all are just having a crazy night where people are just getting angry or just acting a little bit too much on edge, and you look up and you're like, oh, well, no shit, everyone's super hyperactive because it's the full moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe there's something to that.
During the full moon.
Oh, of course.
That's not true. It just gets reported more.
I during a full moon, I never walk home without a silver candlestick.
And garlic.
Garlic won't do shit against a werewolf.
What is a silver candlestick for?
Beating the werewolf with.
I like to.
The werewolf's like, what are you going to do with that? It's a burning silver candlestick. And then you start beating the hell out of him. Oh, God. Okay, I see.
Now I'm just imagining Cope as like the worst monster hunter ever. Like he always inverts like the weaknesses of monsters.
He doesn't know what they are. All right. Let's take on these werewolves. I got this garlic and I'm ready to go.
I got a cross just in case.
Yes. And here I'm going to pass out these wooden stakes for everyone. I carved images of steak, my favorite meat.
All right. Now, the thing you need to know about the mummy is running water.
And if you can't,
they're from the desert, so naturally that humidity will tear it down.
Right. And if you can't see your reflection, then the werewolf is near.
No, that one's actually true, Coop. You don't know about that.
Isn't it?
Clearly, you've never been near a werewolf.
That's true, I guess. At least not when there's a mirror around.
So yeah, piecing together. When I imagine you're all leaving the forge now. Yeah, you all leave. You will come out the same way you had entered in the depths of the that cold, icy cave that is less cold now that the blue dragon has been slain. Or I guess white dragon, not blue dragon. Sorry.
Oh yeah, did we loot all the shit?
Yeah, you did loot all the shit last time.
Yep.
But it is still very cold as it is a high up mountain. I imagine Reach can just teleport you wherever you wish to go. So,
the
question
Let's
is,
go somewhere and buy something. I feel like we should celebrate a little bit.
you do have a lot of goods to part with if you wish to go do that.
Yes.
I will say, piecing together, you probably have maybe a week and a half before the full moon.
Yeah, I feel like that's something Gork would just know by habit, if nothing else.
Well, especially once you get back into the normal world and you get your bearings.
Yep.
Emmanuel looks at his pocket watch.
Yeah, you know the River Ava is up around
6.5
this direction. But with your teleport and general knowledge of the area, you can teleport close to it and not have to worry about time frame.
Yeah,
so you probably have a couple days probably to shop before you have to worry about teleporting again.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, Phantom Steed Communal's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we still have to fast for 2 days beforehand, apparently.
Mhm.
Well, I wouldn't mind restocking my bark skin potion supply.
Mhm.
Yeah, might be a call it and do shopping off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's simple enough.
Yeah,
There's not
we
a
can
lot
also
of big items I would want anyway.
we can also retroactively say what you bought. We don't have to stop right now.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
can
what
just
Kenneth
tell
was
me
saying.
later on what you guys buy, and I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, I think that's what Kenneth was saying. That
Yeah.
we just do and then the shopping montage happened.
Doodaloo,
Yeah.
doodaloo, doodaloo.
They had to pull Gork off of another mast of a ship
Yeah.
because he freaked out in the city.
Yeah, I'll probably next time we play, I'll just ask you guys, hey, what did you buy? And then we can have it on recording so we can go back and keep notes.
At that point, we should probably sell everything because
You are
Your
going
last
to D-Day
shopping.
here.
yeah, last shopping trip.
The
Be
dreadful
sure to
dig
buy
day.
extra underwear.
Yeah, you are going to a place that is probably fraught with some kind of dangers.
Mm.
So anything you'd want to buy for that would probably be a good idea. But we do the Wayne's World doodaloo. Shopping is over. As you all teleport and phantom steed your way towards the river. The River Ava, as it is known, the closest settlement to it in order to rest for a night before you have to begin your fast is this one up here by the name of Gilt Spur. It is actually an ongoing excavation of Thessalonian ruins. And despite it being run by a blue dragon, it is not unheard of for people to come and stay the night there.
Lucilla's very interested. Gork is completely indifferent, and he would rather camp out in the wilderness.
Yep. The dragon himself doesn't really congregate with people, obviously. But he is very you do know that just from talking to people, he is very interested in excavating here for whatever reason. But that is not whether anything for this campaign, but it's just a fun little fact.
Mhm. What could he be up to? Tune in
But
several campaigns from now.
it is a time to kind of rest and get prepared as we'll say, just kind of fast forward through the narrative of it. You wait until a couple days before the full moon to set out, as it takes a couple days on foot to reach the tip of the River Ava from here to begin your fasting. Note to self, Emmanuel, if you use the Ring of Sustenance, you will be left behind.
Yeah, to
They
kind of
detect the cheaters.
to kind of center himself as the full moon approaches. Gork will explain bear fasting once someone explains to him what the word fasting means, because then he'll be like, "Oh, that's like hibernation." So he'll tell everyone about how you should properly carbo load and eat lots of meats, and then you stop for several days so that way your body just burns through that. Because I assume that this fasting is not the cruel kind, and we can still drink water.
Oh no, it's the cruel kind.
Oh, okay. Wow. Fucking 2 legs.
Yeah, no water, no food for 2 days. It's not going to be a pleasant experience.
Well, I guess I'll just have to satiate myself on the blood of my enemies when we get there. I've eaten people before. I'll do it again.
Manuel just keeps creating water in the air and watching it fall to the ground.
But yeah, you make your way. And let me get to the.
I assume mechanically we're like exhausted or something. Just thinking, I can't imagine going 2 days without water.
Yeah, I believe you're considered only fatigued for this, but you're not. You begin to take non-lethal damage, which shouldn't come into play too much right now.
I have DR against non-lethal damage, so technically that applies.
I don't think that counts for starvation, though.
I'll check. It's only like DR1, so it doesn't really matter, but I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
But yeah, you travel up the river of what's it called? It's not just that one. There's another river that goes through it. You go up the Kazarone River. Eventually, it branches off into the River Ava. There, you begin to follow it up as the mists begin to thicken. The moon begins to come out in full swing as the sun begins to set. Gork's feeling a little different than normal.
All right. It's important that everyone just knows if I'm ever startled, don't start running. That'll trigger the instincts.
Yeah, if you wish, everyone can make a perception check.
Sheets all lagged out. Come on, baby.
So you're all proceeding fairly well, though you all, as you begin to progress, seem to turn back and realize Pledrum is gone. Have to backtrack, and you see him at the edge of the mist trying to find you all. Yep, this is a you all pass or one of you gets left behind kind of situation.
Oh. Bedroom, why don't you walk up in front?
Huh? Why?
I'll let you
got
guys
lost
carry
in
over
the
yours.
All right.
Pledrum, roll me
It's
another
critically
perception,
important
Pledrum.
that we all hold hands. Also, did Emmanuel roll for dose?
Yeah, he needs to roll for dose as well.
I rolled for Lucilla. Oh God, Pledrum's horrible perception.
So,
We'll never get past this point.
yeah, you all begin into the process like, okay, let's all hold hands. You go about
shit.
another 20 minutes before you realize Pledrum's no longer in the middle of the group anymore, and you have to backtrack again. You see him on top of Joe's as they're trying to find you all again.
Oh shit, we're stuck in the loading screen.
Meanwhile, this fucking wizard's on top of his tower watching this. Goes, I didn't know it would be this easy.
I think I worried for nothing.
Wow, I had a bunch of traps and dragons and shit.
Okay, so third time. This time it takes you about a couple hours to realize that he's gone. This time you tried the rope trick of tying a rope to him and pulling him. And the rope just eventually goes slack, but you don't realize it for a while. Go ahead and roll again for dose.
Can I ride dose?
Roll again for dose.
Does he get a bonus for me riding him?
Roll for dose.
Seems to be a magical effect.
Seems to work this time.
See, I told you. If y'all would just get on top of Pledrum and ride him, then we'll be fine.
Pledrum, go ahead and roll me again. This is amusing.
Wait, do you want to tap a hero point?
Yeah.
Add 8 to it?
Got a natural -1 to whatever he rolls. So.
I've been waiting for this moment since the Pledrum was great. He never said anything, so.
Oh God.
No, I didn't use a hero point on that.
Well, this time, you basically have to spend the rest of the day finding him as he gets lost in the mist. So you're now going to be on day 3 of starvation.
Oh God, I'm so hungry.
So let me check what this is.
Also, I did look at
Who's
that.
ever gone this long without eating and lived?
I once did a liquid diet for a full week.
We spend another day or two trying to get
Maybe,
Pledrum through.
Maybe
just
this
your
one.
liquids.
So everyone make me, I'll just say 4 constitution checks.
Oh God.
Constitution or fort?
Constitution. It says constitution checks each hour. I'm being generous by only making you do 4. Okay, so.
It is also worth pointing out before I roll these, Richard, that according to my fighter archetype, I get a +1 bonus. Well, it says to saving throws, but effects against exhaustion, fatigue, or the stagger condition.
Yeah, these aren't actually considered those. This is just considered starvation and thirst.
I would like to tap a hero point for the natural one on the Constitution. To re-roll it. Yeah, better than a 1.
Yep.
I'm a little even though I could tap it.
Let's see.
So 2 almost certain failures.
Yeah, so for Afixa, you take 9 points of non-lethal damage that doesn't heal until you eat.
Oh, dang.
Pledrum, let's see. Pledrum also takes 3d6. 11 points of non-lethal damage to Pledrum. Let's see. Emmanuel, you'll take also 3d6. Another 8 points to you.
We were healed back up before we got
here. Reach, you would have failed 2, right? Mm-hmm. You'll take 2 points of non-lethal. Lizards are used to fasting. And I'm not going to worry about the animal companion right now, but he'll be taking non-lethal as well. But that will be for the night, as you all have to restart the next day, as there's still... The full moon lasts for 3 nights, and that was the first night. I believe it's 3 nights, right?
Yeah. Yes, 3 nights.
So you have 2 more nights to attempt. So this time, every time Pledrum fails, that will be a Constitution check you have to make, and I will tally up that. I will add those. Those will be progressively getting worse DCs as you go.
Dude, use your hero point.
Know, it's too bad this is a self-only spell.
I'm gonna see if I can do anything. Give me a minute.
I mean, you have hero points to add a +8 before you roll.
Yeah, we're at the end of the session.
Can Lucilla perform the help action?
Yes. I will allow everyone, if they wish, can use the help action to try to aid to Pledrum.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's either that or we eat him.
And then I want you to explain to me how you're helping Pledrum, because this is amusing. Like, if it succeeds, I'll have you describe how you're helping him. So
Lucilla will fully do a Yoda and ride his back.
Okay, go ahead and everyone do the help action roll perceptions if they wish.
She'll
and if the
be
group
on
who
his
succeeds
back,
gets a +2 to Pledrum's roll.
and
22.
he'll be on the back of
Lucilla.
Okay.
Yeah, I think.
All right, here we go.
Pledrum.
That's what I was looking for. I'm going to use Inspire Confidence.
Okay, so.
And a hero point at a +8.
So that's +10 so far. Lucilla rides on your back to help guide you. What does Afixa do to help him?
I think she'll kind of just keep staying beside him and just kind of perpetually redirecting him.
What about Reach?
Now, if he's using a bardic song, I can't really yell over the song like, no, not that way. Watch him like Hawk.
Every time his head turns, Reach is just behind him and just grabs his head with both hands and just tilts it the right way.
Tie a rope to his belt and guide him.
Manuel is going to fairy fire him.
Tried the roping.
So they can just
so you don't lose him.
Yes, he glows.
He's some sort of...
Okay, so Pledrum, just don't get a natural 1, and I think you'll succeed.
Actually, that's an interesting thing.
So
Doesn't one of us have...
+10, a +12.
They're like goggles that let you see through fog or smoke or something.
So you have a +8
Vix has those.
roll.
Yeah. Maybe loan him that as your way
8,
to help
9,
him.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Well, it's 2 for each one of them, so 2, 4, 6, 8. And then you had a +10 from your Inspired Confidence and your hero point.
Actually, Lucilla's is +4 because of a
okay, so you have a +20 to your perception. So just don't get a natural 1.
Yeah, don't. Okay, good.
Oh.
There you go. So, with all the help, eventually Pledrum sees what the rest of you saw, which was a ghostly trail that seems to lead you on the right path.
It rolled it. I don't know why it did that. It's so weird. It rolled it as a +9, but I think that's because it was like in the middle of changing it to 20. But it was
Did you put the 20 in a? I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I have no idea how that happened, but
either way, you didn't roll a natural 1, so it succeeds. And yeah, you do begin to follow the path as there's almost like a ghostly blue trail that leads you the correct path. It's literally like a quest marker that you're following the tracker as you walk. You begin to walk higher and higher up, still on the verge of starvation in order to follow this trail. Eventually, you become to the River Ava opens up into a frozen river. This high altitude fen has been frozen over, probably partially leading to the frost that is part of the mist of the region. No plants seem to be growing here in this mist, apart from stalks of strange and pale fungi and cloths of lichen that cover parts of the frozen and freezing waters. In order to traverse this and follow the path, I will need someone to make a survival check once every hour as you travel through.
On it.
At this point, are we able to drink, or do we still have to?
You still have to be starving. So after this, I will have everyone make one Constitution save. Or Constitution check.
Sure,
rather.
You don't want me to orientate because I'm fantastic. We should go that way through those mountains.
So 33 plus 7 to keep from getting lost in weather or other conditions, and plus 4 to track whatever's relevant.
Yep. You're able to keep on the path and avoid falling into this freezing water.
I wanted to roll really low so that I could be like, no, it's that way. He's just going to disagree.
You do keep to the sides of this water as much as you can, at least, as you don't really see much in terms of creatures. You do occasionally see a rock flying in the distance, or you do see the occasional young dragon, either blue or white, that seems to be in this region, but nothing really takes notice of you. Though it's getting close to the end of this river, or this lake rather, before you begin to hear the sounds of splashing through the water. As you see emerging from the water, what looks like a beautiful elven woman, long, dark hair, pale purple skin, exaggerated ears, and slightly longer than normal limbs. You would recognize this, a couple of you, as a nymph, something that Pledrum has had interactions with recently, and at least recent in terms of history, lending him some aid. She comes out and she speaks to you all. I was like, I smell of my sister upon you all. Do you know of Miriana? She approaches you all, kind of fluttering in the sky as Fae are wont to do.
I lean over to Pledrum and I whisper a bit louder than I should, but I'm trying to be quiet. Wait, was that the dead one?
Might have been. Some other
Like, you
idea
say
that springs to mind.
Do you actually say that audible enough for her to hear?
I'm saying, like, in character, Gork's trying to be quiet. Out of character, I'm saying Gork wouldn't be modulating his voice as well as he should. So yes, she could hear
Okay. Yeah, well, if you were to say that, she kind of looks at you and goes like, wait, what? My sister, did you? Like, she doesn't look very happy as soon as she
Yeah.
kind of gets it into her head, like, did you kill my sister? You see
No,
the ice
she-
begin to, like curl around her fingers.
Fix would be quick to step up, like, no, she had taken on a companion and in his death suffered from grief. We found the remains of her beloved and returned them to help grant her the rest she needed. Octator, that's right? It's been a bit.
Mm.
But it is true that I'm sorry to say that your sister has passed from this world.
Yeah, she takes like a somber beat from that and kind of takes a big breath, like as she asks you what happened, and you explain what the whole situation was. I imagine.
Yeah.
She remains in thought, like, very well. I thank you for what you did for my sister. So in return, I will tell you that I should warn you that if you're continue traveling this path, you'll reach a region that is just not right. I advise you to stay away from it. Something dark is in the mountains beyond.
Sounds like that's where we're heading.
Is Zinchalas was the name of place. You'd go there, stop a very evil wizard. Runelord, he called himself.
Yeah, if you detail out a little bit about what your plan is and stuff, and she goes kind of thoughtful before having like almost like a mischievous grin on her face. Like, oh, well, I can't do much, but I can help you with that a little bit. And she informs you a little bit about the region as you're talking to her. That, yeah, the way you're doing the fasting and stuff is the easiest way to do it in terms of people who don't have arcane powers. If you have the ability of true seeing or anything like that, you can find your way through this mist without any problems. In addition, there are a couple other ways to get through. If you have any kind of protection against magic of a chaotic nature, it can help lend your way to bypass it, as you can also try to force your way through it with a out of narrative high DC will save. In addition, she tells you that this icy river or icy lake, she'll let you treat it as a safe haven for whatever you need in terms of if you need to make a retreat or what have you, and offers to aid you with any kind of spell casting she can do towards whatever you might need. In terms of what she could give for you, she has stuff like heal, cure critical, and all those like below ones. She can transport people via plants as well as just general spell like stuff like that if you need help with any of that. But she's loath to actually leave her lake, but she wants to try to help you as much as she is able. She knows that she does inform you also that there are other creatures that are not that are more native to the region that don't seem to have anything to do with any kind of wizards that she knows of. She knows of two factions that live in the city of some rather simple creatures. She tells you of there's two factions one is known as the Spared, is what they refer to themselves as. And those that are known as vampiric minions of the Hidden Beast. And she suggests if you need any information about the city that you're going to reach as you progress, that you seek out a member of the Spared for any information about the city that they might be able to aid you with.
So
and in terms of allies, they're the best you're going to find in the city. Otherwise, you're going to find nothing but adversaries.
Are the spared those poor bastards that when they go bowling, there's a pin stuck on each side? Oh, wait, no, a spare is when you get the other bowling. Damn it, that joke didn't land. I apologize.
I was trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't think of one. So
Yeah, no, it's...
She just stares at you confused.
That was an out-of-character joke, but yes.
He's referencing the dreaded 2-10 split.
That's the one. Thank you, Cope.
But she offers you respite if you need to, but otherwise, I imagine you're getting hungry and you want to at least get past the ghostly mists.
Mhm.
And yeah, the mist eventually does begin to clear. As you begin, the ghostly rivers begin to make way into a partially paved ancient road with flat stones that seem to have a faint sheen of gold to them. As the mist begins to clear, you're safe to eat now, so you're able to feast upon whatever you have on you.
Oh, Chuck's water.
While the surface is still pretty patchy with swaths of ice, it is a welcome flat surface upon to travel rather than the muddy waters that you've been having to step through that have probably been freezing your feet as you've been traveling.
Uses the sleeves of bendy garments to clean those boots.
Weakness. Just grow thicker calluses on your feet.
I don't have calluses on my feet. They're perfectly manicured.
That's the problem. Body grows those so you can have built-in protection.
But they're ugly.
Yeah, and as you begin to travel up this pathway...
Does our non-lethal damage go away if we take the time to...
Yeah, if you take the time to eat and stuff, you're good. Are you taking the time to eat right now?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you begin to
Absolutely.
break out the rations or whatever have you and begin to munch down. I'm trying to think of how to
We
describe
have time
this.
to stop and build a fire, maybe some hot tea.
Yeah, as you're beginning to break bread, as it were, you can't help but hear something as you. It kind of sounds faint, and then the voice begins to pick up as it begins to get closer to you. And the best way I can describe of how this guy arrives is it's all quiet. You begin to chew on some food, and then you hear, "Leroy Jenkins!" You hear this giant, massive slam onto the ground as the ice and rock and rubble of the pavement begins to shatter forward. As you see in front of you a large frost giant standing before you all,
Orange hair, I presume.
and you see him point at you as he hefts his axe on his shoulders and is like, "Bjornmen think you are trespassers. Me rock your world," as he just slams the end of the axe, and we will end it there as I don't have the map set up for the combat.
I haven't been able to use my anti-giant buffs in way too long. This guy's about to get fucking wrecked.
Yeah, this guy's probably going to be wrecked.
I have a feeling Emmanuel's not even going to stop eating. He's just going to watch Gork dismember him.
Yeah, we will go ahead and end it there. It's a little shorter than normal. But-
Cool.
Job, gang. Good job.
We are now into technically part 4 of book 6 because I skipped a few parts.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. We just blew through that book.
There are 7 parts to book 6,
Was the
but
Wendigo?
parts 1 and 2 are that haunted cabin they wanted you to run in with a Wendigo that had no sense of being there other than they were trying to tie in the horror themes of book 1 and 2.
But
think
no
I'm gonna-
like story progression or anything like that. It's just
No, it's literally like, oh, this is how you figure out how to enter Zin Shalast.
Mm.
But I just ad-libbed that, hey, you found it in the books in the Runeforge.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna take my laptop down to the library or something this coming week and try to crank out the rest of these maps that I need because we're getting close.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Taste it.
Yeah, when I said that you guys were probably going to be finished the end of this last year, if we hadn't had a bunch of skips, I really think we would have been.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because you're in part 4 of
Mhm.
7, and I will just tell you, part 7 is literally just the boss fight at the end.
Yeah, the end of this year had a lot of missed games, so we probably would have.
Yep. I have every intention of running Sons of Damerhall next week. I've got like the prep and stuff ready to go. But if my cough is not going down, I might have you step in, Richard, because like I've
That's
been
fine.
muting every like 2 minutes to cough.
No, yeah, that's fine. I get it. I'm going to finish up all the maps, uploading, and all that stuff for book 6. I've just been kind of lazy, and I've been kind of killing time. I have everything else done. I just don't have the books up there.
Curse of the Crimson Throne is going to be fun, guys. We got the first 3 books already done. I haven't really done much work on it lately, but we got a good head start there.